ili kupambana na maumivu kwa haraka. Sona moja ina aspirin kama kiungo. Sona moja, kitulizo kamili. Maumivu yakizidi, pata ushauri wa daktari.
Introducing Ndovu Home Baking Flour and Ndovu Maize Meal, now in an attractive new packaging. Ndovu flours are fortified with vitamins and minerals to provide wholesome goodness for the whole family. Milled from a blend of the finest wheat, Ndovu all-purpose flour makes the most delicious chapatis, mandazis and all other pastries. Ndovu is readily available at your nearest shop. Ndovu Tosha.
Did you know there's a laundry bar soap that can help save you time, water and money? Try Whitewash Extra, the 3-in-1 soap, detergent and softener. Its unique formula provides a quick and effective wash, softens fabrics, and is gentle on your hands too. So you save by not having to use multiple products. And you only rinse once. For a laundry soap that can help save you time, water and money, try Whitewash Extra. Brand power, helping you buy better.
You have worked so hard. Now your project is nearing completion. You now need to crown your labor. For over 50 years, East African Cables has been a premier manufacturer of high-quality electrical cables, manufactured to international standards for the region, giving you the reliability and safety you deserve. We manufacture an extensive range of power cables for applications in domestic and industrial wiring. Our work speaks for itself. Get in touch. Let's talk cables. Kumbuka, wire see wire. East African Cables, connecting lives.
Changamsha Biashara, Family Bank and Isuzu East Africa have come together to support SMEs lift the business curve. Get up to 95% financing for all brand new vehicles, payable within 60 months, and enjoy a 3-month repayment holiday. What's more, you can access a Biashara Boost credit facility of up to 200,000 shillings and 2 free memberships for Maisha cover from Amref Flying Doctors. Family Bank, with you for life. Family Bank is regulated by the Central Bank of Kenya.
Mambo mengine sio rahisi, lakini kupata 50% extra airtime ya kukonda kwa SMS ya Safaricom, mambo ni one touch. Pata 50% extra credo bila expiry ya kupiga na ku-SMS across networks. Piga star 444 star scratch card pin hash, na kama ni M-Pesa star 444 star 2 hash. Safaricom for you.
This is NTV.
Bila shaka ni picha za moja kwa moja kutoka jimbo la 011 katika jimbo la Isiolo. Kama unavyomuona Salim Swaleh mwenyewe anajitahidi hapo. Hujambo mtazamaji popote ulipo na karibu katika NTV jioni. Kumbuka wikendi hii katika jarida la jimbo tunaangazia kaunti ya Isiolo, kaunti nambari 11. Ni mojawapo ya kaunti zinazounganishwa na mradi wa LAPSSET unaotarajiwa kuimarisha biashara na uchumi wa eneo hili. Mwenzangu Salim Swaleh atakuwa anatupasha ya kale na ya sasa kutoka jimbo hilo lenye tamaduni na vivutio vya kipekee. Wakati huo huo, Wakenya wametakiwa kuchukua tahadhari kwani ongezeko la visa vya maambukizi ya corona vinaendelea kuongezeka nchini. Kabla sijamkabidhi usukani Salim Swaleh, kwanza tupate vipasho vya siku hii.
The number of positive cases in the country to 16,268.
And we are now in the process of building 24 hospitals within the informal settlements, so by end of September.
Kitengo cha NMS kujenga vituo 24 vya afya katika mitaa ya mabanda ya Nairobi, huku maambukizi ya corona nchini yakiongezeka.
Mzee Benjamin William Mkapa, rais wa awamu ya 3, amefariki.
Rais Kenyatta miongoni mwa rais waliotuma rambirambi kufuatia kifo cha aliyekuwa rais wa 3 Tanzania Benjamin William Mkapa.
And rather than using that money to pay rent, we will channel it to the other basic services like the health, the education sector, the agriculture and livestock.
Taswira ya kaunti ya Isiolo yaboreka kutokana na miradi ya kuimarisha miundo msingi.
Jamii fulani nitakwambia, sisi mzee wetu azikwa asubuhi, amefika miaka 60. Huyu ni mzee anafaa kuzikwa saa 10, saa 11 jioni.
Wahudumu wanaoendesha mazishi waliokufa kwa corona waeleza changamoto wanazopitia.
Mbashara kutoka jumba la Nation. Hii ni NTV jioni na Kaltun Jama.
Karibu tena mtazamaji kwa taarifa za utendeti za NTV jioni. Mkalimani wetu wa lugha ishara jioni hii ni Flora Ateno. Serikali imetoa wito kwa Wakenya wanaougua maradhi sugu kuendelea kufika hospitalini kwa matibabu ya maradhi hayo. Kwa mujibu wa Wizara ya Afya, idadi ya wanaofika kwa uangalizi wa madaktari pamoja na kupokea dawa kwa maradhi kama kifua kikuu na wanaoishi na virusi vya ukimwi imepungua. Inahofiwa wagonjwa hao wanahofia kwenda hospitalini wakiogopa corona kwa kuwa idadi ilianza kupungua baada ya COVID-19 kuripotiwa nchini.
The lowest uptake was particularly noted in the month of March and April, where we had testing volumes reduced by up to 33%. On the other hand, we also note that community testing has also reduced by 71% when it comes to HIV care. We have noted that HIV pregnant mothers do continue to attend their ANC clinics, and there's been a slight impact of COVID-19 to this statistic.
Huku kaunti ya Nairobi ikiwa inaongoza nchini kwa idadi ya visa vya maambukizi, mkurugenzi mkuu wa huduma za Nairobi Metropolitan NMS Mohamed Badi ameelezea kuwa shirika lake litajenga hospitali 24 katika mitaa mabanda jijini ili kuimarisha utoaji wa huduma za afya katika kipindi hiki cha COVID-19 hapo baadaye. Ruth Sarmoi na mengi zaidi.
Japo kaunti ya Nairobi ni miongoni mwa kaunti 26 zilizotimiza vigezo vilivyowekewa kaunti katika kukabiliana na maambukizi ya corona nchini, bado kuna haja ya mikakati zaidi kutokana na idadi kubwa ya maambukizi yanayoongezeka kila uchao katika kaunti hii. Inahofiwa idadi ya maambukizi itaongezeka zaidi Nairobi, na ndiposa kitengo cha huduma za Nairobi Metropolitan NMS kimeanzisha mpango wa ujenzi wa hospitali 24 katika mitaa 4 ya mabanda jijini Nairobi. Wakazi wa mitaa ya Korogosho, Kibera, Mathare na Mukuru ndio wanaotarajiwa kunufaika zaidi na miradi hii.
The informal settlements, so by end of September there will be new facilities in the informal settlements that will not only help the health standards of this informal settlement, but they will also assist in isolation because they will have inpatient capacity within those hospitals.
We feel that the setup of these hospitals will be a game changer for Nairobi. We will have level 2 hospitals, and we'll also have level 3 hospitals, and highly focused to providing essential services in these areas.
Sehemu ya ardhi itakayotumika katika mpango huu imetolewa na wahisani. Kadhalika, viwanja katika sehemu zilizopo afisi za chifu na taasisi nyingine za umma vinaweza kutumika kujengea vituo hivyo vya afya iwapo idadi ya maambukizi itaongezeka. NMS pia inalenga kuongeza vitanda katika baadhi ya hospitali jijini kukabiliana na uhaba uliopo kwa sasa.
We are expanding Mama Lucy Hospital. We are expanding Mbagathi to include 18 new beds and 10 beds, 18 new beds in Mama Lucy and 10 beds in Mbagathi. We are increasing the isolation facilities within Nairobi, both for the staff of national government, staff of the county government, and Kenyans in general.
Jumla ya walioambukizwa corona Nairobi ni 55% ya maambukizi yote nchini kufikia sasa. Ruth Sarmoi, NTV.
Bila shaka mtazamaji, bila kupoteza muda wowote, sasa umewadia wakati wa kumpisha mwenzangu Salim Swale ambaye yuko katika kaunti ama katika jimbo la Isiolo, kaunti nambari 11. Salim, usukani ni wako, na ukikutana mamangu basi mpe salamu zangu.
Asante sana Kalton, bila shaka mpenzi mtazamaji, ahadi ni deni na dawa yake ni kulipa. Umewadia ule wasaa ambao tulikuwa tumekuahidi tangu siku 2 zilizopita kwamba tutakuwa tunatikisa tena nchi nzima katika kurudi katika kile ambacho tumekuwa tukifanya vizuri zaidi tena kwa mapana na marefu, masuala ya NTV on the road, jarida la jimbo. Leo tukiwa tumepiga kambi katika kaunti hii, kaunti nambari 011, na Waswahili wanasema 1 na 1 si 1, 1 na 1 ni 11. Tayari mimi nimeisha tawazo kama mzee wa Kiborana hapa. Kama unavyoona mavazi haya yanavaliwa na wale wazee wenye vyao, wazee ambao wanakula vyao na wanafurahia. Mzee wa Kiborana akikohoa kila mtu anakuwa amesimama. Basi tutakuwa na mengi zaidi na wenyeji wetu hapa Elboran Resort. Wametupokea kwa mlahaka mkubwa. Taban watu wote wa Isiolo wametupokea kwa mlahaka anastahili mgeni wa heshima na taadhima. Katika baadhi ya taarifa ambazo tumekuandalia kutoka katika kaunti hii ni kuhusiana na masuala ya afya, na kaunti ya Isiolo bila shaka imepiga hatua kubwa katika masuala ya afya, hasa katika kipindi hiki cha kupambana na janga la corona. Kaunti nyingi zimekuwa zikijipanga kuangalia ni vipi zitakabiliana na janga hili, na hapa Isiolo tayari mikakati imewekwa. Bado hawajafika kabisa, lakini wanasema safari haiko mbali kutimia. Tusikize taarifa ambayo nilikuwa nimekuandalia kuhusiana na msingi na muundo mzima wa afya katika kaunti hii.
Janga la corona nchini limemulika mianya iliyoko katika sekta ya afya, na kaunti mbalimbali zimelazimika kubadili jinsi ya kushughulikia suhula za afya. Kufuatia agizo la Rais Uhuru Kenyatta la kuzitaka serikali za kaunti kutenga kwa uchache vitanda 300 kwa kila kaunti kwa ajili ya wagonjwa wa COVID-19, kaunti ziko mbioni kufikia lengo hilo, na hapa Isiolo hali si tofauti.
In ICU, a bed has to have accessories. That is, the bed must be attached to a ventilator, a monitor, suction machine, and also oxygen cylinder or concentrator.
As we speak, we have 101 beds for isolation.
Jengo hili ni moja kati ya majengo yaliyotengwa kwa ajili ya wagonjwa wa COVID-19 katika hospitali hii ya rufaa ya Isiolo. Kwa sasa jengo hili lina vitanda 24 na humo ndani kuna wagonjwa 3 wa COVID-19, jambo ambalo linafanya kuwa vigumu kwa sisi kuingia huko ndani na kuangalia uhalisia wa mambo.
Kuondolewa kwa marufuku ya kuingia na kutoka katika kaunti kadhaa zikiwemo Mombasa na Nairobi kumezidisha mzigo wa maambukizi katika kaunti nyingi, na athari hiyo imefika hapa Isiolo.
Again, the matter that is complicating the whole issue is about testing, where we collect samples. We are having 91 samples up to now pending. You wait for 7-8 days. By the time this result come back, you discover this person is a positive. Contact tracing becomes a big issue.
Wauguzi wa afya wanasema serikali ya kaunti imejitahidi kuweka vifaa kinga kwa wanaokabiliana na janga hili la corona, ila zipo changamoto hapa na pale. Lakini mbali na mapambano ya corona, hospitali hii ya rufaa ya Isiolo imeshuhudia mabadiliko makubwa katika kipindi cha miaka 3 iliyopita. Wagonjwa wengi waliokuwa wakilazimika kusafiri hadi katika kaunti jirani ya Meru au hata wakati mwingine Nairobi, sasa wanaweza kupata baadhi ya huduma muhimu.
ungependa tusaidiwe ku transplant. Since we don't manage to transplant kidney.
Imesaidia wakaaji wa hapa sana, walikuwa wanaenda wengine Meru, wengine wanaenda hospitali Kenyatta.
Huduma nyingine mpya ambayo imeleta afueni kwa wakazi wa hapa Isiolo pamoja na wale wa mbali ni ile ya CT scan. Mtambo wa kisasa una uwezo wa kutambua maradhi mengi.
Kama vile ukipata wale watu ambao wana accident sana mingi zile za pikipiki. Wengi ambao wako na zile brain bleed kwa brain. So hii ndio mashine ambayo inasaidia sana kwa kuangalia. Then kuna wale patients wa saratani ambao pia lazima tu stage ile kansa yao. Alafu pia kuna wale patients ambao pia tunaangalia mishipa ya damu kama iko wazi, kama inatembeza damu vizuri.
Changamoto kubwa katika hospitali nyingi za umma ni upatikanaji wa damu, lakini hali ni tofauti katika hospitali hii ya rufaa ya Isiolo. Wagonjwa wanaokabiliwa na uhaba wa damu wanapitia kipindi kigumu kutokana na janga la corona, na kwa sasa ni watu wa karibu tu wa familia zao wanaruhusiwa kutoa damu ili kuokoa maisha yao, kwani shughuli za uchangishaji damu zimesitishwa kutokana na janga la corona.
Na mtazamaji, ndivyo hali ilivyo na mfumo wa afya unaendelea kuimarika kila uchao katika kaunti hii. Wewe kaunti yako iko namna gani? Tupe mwaliko na sisi tutakuwa tunafika na tunatathmini hali ya mambo. Tuelekee katika taarifa nyingine ambayo ni ya tanzia. Eneo zima la Afrika Mashariki, bara la Afrika na ulimwengu kwa ujumla unaomboleza kifo cha rais wa awamu ya 3 wa Jamhuri ya Muungano wa Tanzania, Benjamin William Mkapa. Rais Mkapa amefariki usiku wa kuamkia leo, na viongozi mbalimbali akiwemo Rais Uhuru Kenyatta ni miongoni mwa wale ambao wametuma risala za rambirambi kwa serikali, watu na Jamhuri ya Muungano wa Tanzania kufuatia kifo cha Rais Mkapa. Tusikie Leila Mohamed na taarifa inayohusu mchango wa rais huyo katika masuala ya amani katika kanda zima na bara la Afrika.
Mzee wetu Mzee Benjamin William Mkapa, rais wa awamu ya 3, amefariki.
Ndivyo Tanzania na ulimwengu kwa jumla ulipata taarifa kuhusu kifo cha aliyekuwa rais wa 3 wa Jamhuri ya Muungano wa Tanzania, Benjamin William Mkapa. Katika rambirambi zake, Rais Uhuru Kenyatta wa Kenya alimtaja Rais Mkapa kama kiongozi aliyekuwa na maono ya kuunganisha Afrika Mashariki kwa manufaa ya maendeleo na kuboresha hali ya maisha ya raia wa mataifa husika.
Amefariki kwenye hospitali Dar es Salaam ambako alikuwa amelazwa. Ni waombe wa Tanzania tulipokee hili.
Rais Kenyatta ametangaza siku 3 za kumwomboleza Rais Mkapa, ambapo pia bendera zitapeperushwa nusu mlingoti nchini Kenya.
Taarifa zingine zitaendelea kutolewa, lakini mzee Mkapa hatunaye tena.
Aliyekuwa rais wa 3 wa Kenya, Mwai Kibaki, naye amemwomboleza marehemu kama kiongozi tajika aliyejitolea kufanya mikutano kuhimiza amani barani Afrika. Kwenye risala yake, kinara wa ODM Raila Odinga amemtaja Mkapa kama kiongozi halisi wa Kiafrika aliyepanua utandu wa uzalendo wake nje ya mipaka ya nchi yake kuzaliwa. Hapa nchini Kenya, Mkapa atakumbukwa zaidi katika mchango wake katika kuleta mwafaka kuzima machafuko ya baada ya uchaguzi wa mwaka 2007. Alikuwa kwenye ujumbe wa kamati maalum ulioongozwa na aliyekuwa katibu mkuu wa Umoja wa Mataifa marehemu Kofi Annan kuleta mwafaka kati ya Mwai Kibaki na Raila Odinga baada ya machafuko ya baada ya uchaguzi.
It is not just a question of reconciliation, it's also a question of justice.
Benjamin William Mkapa alizaliwa mwaka wa 38 katika eneo la Ndanda huko Masasi, Tanzania bara, wakati huo ikifahamika kama Tanganyika. Aliwahi kuhudumu kama balozi wa Tanzania nchini Canada na Marekani. Vilevile aliwahi kuhudumu kama waziri katika serikali aliyekuwa rais wa 2 wa Tanzania, Ali Hassan Mwinyi. Kitabu alichozindua mwaka jana chenye anwani My Life, My Purpose, A Tanzanian President Remembers kinatoa taswira kamili ya namna alivyodhamini amani nchini mwake na katika mataifa jirani.
Na tuendelee kumwombea mzee wetu.
Rais Magufuli ametangaza siku 7 za kumwomboleza kiongozi huyo, ambapo pia bendera ya Tanzania itapepea nusu mlingoti. Leila Mohamed, NTV.
Na katika pumzi hiyo hiyo, mpenzi mtazamaji, bodi ya wakurugenzi ya Nation Media Group pamoja na kampuni ya Mwananchi Communications Limited ambayo inachapisha magazeti ya Mwananchi nchini Tanzania vile imetoa risala za rambirambi kwa serikali na wananchi wa Jamhuri ya Muungano wa Tanzania. Na bodi hiyo imetaja nafasi ya Rais mstaafu Benjamin William Mkapa aliyetuacha alfajiri ya leo kwa ya kipekee na aina yake. Akizungumza kwa niaba ya bodi hiyo, mwenyekiti wa NMG Wilfred Kiboro amesema kwamba mataifa ya Afrika Mashariki yatamkosa sana na vile vile kukosa mchango mkubwa wa Rais mstaafu Benjamin William Mkapa, rais wa Jamhuri ya Muungano wa Tanzania katika awamu ya 3 ambaye amefariki dunia usiku wa kuamkia leo. Tukiachana na hayo basi, hapa vile vile kutoka Isiolo, NTV jioni mubashara inatoa mkono wa pole kwa eneo zima la Afrika Mashariki kufuatia kumpoteza kiongozi huyo mtajika. Lakini katika masuala mengine, mtazamaji, swala la miundo msingi ni swala ambalo ni uti wa mgongo wa maendeleo katika eneo lolote lile. Sasa katika kaunti ya Isiolo kumekuwa na miradi mbalimbali ambayo imekuwa ikiendeshwa tangu miaka 3 iliyopita, miradi ambayo inalenga kupanua wigo wa maendeleo katika kaunti hii. Melita Oletenges amezuru baadhi ya miradi hiyo na kuandaa taarifa ifuatayo.
Waza ya maendeleo katika kaunti ya Isiolo ina msingi wake katika uboreshaji wa miundo msingi. Kadhalika ni kaunti inayodhamini maisha ya baadaye na hivyo imewekeza katika maisha ya vijana. Ujenzi wa uwanja wa michezo wa Isiolo unaoendelea kwa sasa umewapa matumaini vijana ambao watapata fursa ya kukuza talanta zao michezoni. Ujenzi huu umetengewa shilingi milioni 348.
Tumepata lights, tumeshukuru sana, tumeona kitu ambaye tuko tunatarajia miaka mingi sana. Leo tumeona kama ni ndoto.
Biashara ni kiungo muhimu katika uchumi wa kaunti ya Isiolo, na ndiposa mita chache kutoka unapojengwa uwanja kuna ujenzi wa soko la kisasa. Soko hilo limetengewa shilingi milioni 540 na linatarajiwa kutoa nafasi kwa zaidi ya wafanyabiashara 4,000.
Tumeweka fikira zetu kwa hii soko sana kwa sababu hii ndio kiinua mgongo ya watu wa Isiolo.
Mbali na hayo, barabara zimekarabatiwa na hata baadhi kutiwa vitofali maarufu kabro ili kurahisisha uchukuzi.
Kuna na challenges ya matope, maji kujaa hapa. Lakini kwa sasa tangu tuwekewe kabros area hii tuona tuko sawa, biashara zetu zinaenda sababa.
Isitoshe, bunge la kaunti linajengwa huku shilingi milioni 870 zikitengewa ujenzi wa afisi za serikali ya kaunti na afisi ya gavana.
We are renting many buildings outside there. But now if we want to have our own buildings, then we are going to save. And rather than using that money to pay rent, we will channel it to the other basic services like the health, the education sector, the agriculture and livestock.
Uwanja wa kimataifa wa ndege wa Isiolo unatarajiwa kuimarisha biashara katika kaunti hii hata zaidi na kulifanya eneo lililoendelea zaidi kiuchumi. Ni bayana kuwa ujenzi wa miundombinu unachangia pakubwa katika ukuaji wa uchumi. Kaunti ya Isiolo ambayo hapo zamani ilionekana kuwa nyuma, sasa inajivunia miradi ya maendeleo. Melita Oletenges, NTV, kaunti ya Isiolo.
Na mtazamaji, bila shaka hilo ni kundi jingine hapo. Bila shaka ni kundi ambalo la kina mama kutoka kabila la Gabra. Kawali tulikuwa na wenzetu kutoka Sky Women Group ambao wanaendelea kutuchangamsha hapa. Bila shaka tunapata mapumziko mafupi. Wewe usiondoke, jarida la Jimbo County ya Isiolo itakuwa inaendelea baada ya muda usiokuwa mrefu. Usiondoke hapo ulipo.
So vile nasema, wacha nikubatie statistics. Niko na gamia 1,500. Tunakuwa drapo gamia na kuwa 6,000. 2,000 natengeneza leather, natengeneza viatu, wallet, kibeti, nauza hapa. Nabatia wewe 50%. Wacha niweke credit nikupigie.
Namna gani wewe? Hii mambo ya kuishiwa na credit kila saa. Come on. Nunua hiyo simu ya Vodafone. Calling fiber to fiber is 0 shillings per minute. And it is not expensive. Only 2,999 Kenya shillings.
Alo hali wa. Hata fadhali hiyo credit ikae ninunue simu basi.
Faibika leo na Vodafone for only 2,999 Kenya shillings. It will always be free to call fiber to fiber.
First time ever from Downy. Its new formula boosts freshness, releasing perfume bubbles that burst with every move, giving me better freshness than a detergent on its own, so that my son and I are always ready for celebration.
There's no laundry without Downy.
When the world changed, it made us go back to the simple joys and love the little things even more, like serving up your best, eating together, and sharing more. Now, we'll take nothing for granted and always remember to taste the simple joys. Coca-Cola. Taste the simple joys.
Lazima ukuje na watoto ndio uingie hii party.
Sahi kama 5 hivi niko jua.
Kuna watoto 5?
Wako lete sahi tu ni kuoga tu na kutoka.
Watoto? Sawa basi wewe harakisha. Yes. Kinyanjui ni nini?
Wapi?
Tulikuambia watoto.
Angalia hawa ni watoto wangapi?
Watoto. Kinyanjui watoto.
Selector, bigger, tasty and healthy. And now, Selector comes with free Zesta jam for a limited period of time.
Lifebuoy, the world's first to report its sanitizer is over 99.9% effective against the COVID-19 coronavirus.
Naam, karibu tena mpenzi mtazamaji, kama ndio kwanza unafungulia runinga yako na kujiunga nasi, bila shaka unatazama jarida la jimbo kutoka kaunti 011 kaunti ya Isiolo, na bila shaka kwa sasa tuna wengi ambao wananiuliza hiki kijiti ambacho umekiweka mzee mzima hapa juu ni nini? Hiki si kijiti, hiki ni mswaki. Wazee wa Kiborana wakienda maeneo yao wakila nyama basi wanakichomoa tu pale, wanapiga mswaki, wanakirudisha bahala yake. Tunaendelea mbele na taarifa ambazo tunaendelea kukuletea kutoka katika kaunti hii. Kubwa zaidi ni suala la kilimo na mifugo, na sasa ni wazi kwamba huenda kichinjio kikubwa zaidi kikafunguliwa mwaka ujao, hali ambayo itawawezesha wafugaji kuweza kuuza zaidi mifugo yao, na ufugaji ni moja kati ya sehemu kubwa ya kitega uchumi katika kaunti hii. Melita Ole Tenges anarudi tena jukwani na uketu wa taarifa hiyo.
Ujenzi wa kichinjio cha Isiolo ulioanza miaka 13 iliyopita sasa umekamilika. Kwa mujibu wa serikali ya kaunti, kinachoendelea kwa sasa ni awamu ya lala salama, kuhakikisha wanapata na kununua mashine na vifaa vingine muhimu vitakavyotumika katika kichinjio hicho.
The capacity of this slaughterhouse can kill 1,000 sheep and goats per day, and it can kill 200 cattle and also 50 to 100 camels per day.
Kichinjio hiki kina sehemu ya malisho ya mifugo chenye ukubwa wa ekari 50. Vilevile kuna zizi la ng'ombe, ngamia, mbuzi na kondoo. Kadhalika kuna sehemu maalum ambapo ngozi za wanyama waliochinjwa zitawekwa. Ujenzi wa kichinjio hiki ulipigwa jeki kwa udhamini wa shilingi milioni 800 kutoka kwa Benki ya Dunia ili kumaliza sehemu zilizobaki.
The remaining works were mainly on equipping the facility.
Kaunti inatarajia kutakuwa na nafasi nyingi za ajira kichinjio hiki kitakapofunguliwa. Nyama kutoka hapa itauzwa nchini na nyingine italenga soko la kimataifa, huku uwanja wa ndege wa Isiolo ukitarajiwa kurahisisha uchukuzi.
Tunafaidika hiyo kina mama ni wale wa kijana hana kazi.
70% ya wakazi wa Isiolo wanategemea mifugo kama kitega uchumi. Mbali na kichinjio hiki, serikali ya kaunti imefanya mikakati kufungua soko la mifugo vijijini ili kuimarisha biashara ya mifugo. Jamii za wafugaji hutegemea uuzaji wa mifugo kama njia ya kujikimu kimaisha. Kichinjio hiki cha Isiolo kinatarajiwa kutoa ajira na vilevile mapato maradufu, hususan katika soko za nchi za kigeni. Melita Oletenges, NTV, kaunti ya Isiolo.
Mtazamaji, bila shaka utakuwa umeona katika siku za hivi karibuni panapotokea mazishi yoyote ya mtu ambaye anadaiwa kufariki kutokana na ugonjwa wa COVID-19. Wanakuja watu mahususi ambao wanaendeleza shughuli za mazishi wakiwa wamevalia magwanda rasmi ambayo yanalenga kuwakinga kutokana na maambukizi ya COVID-19. Sasa mwandishi wetu wa eneo la magharibi mwa Kenya, Zakius Masame, alikutana na baadhi yao ambapo wamemsimulia jinsi wanavyopata mafunzo kabla ya kuendesha shughuli zozote za mazishi.
Caleb Kipsang na Violet Pembere ni wahudumu wa afya waliojihusisha na kuwahudumia wagonjwa katika hospitali ya rufaa ya Webuye kabla ya janga la corona kubisha hodi nchini. Sasa mbali na hayo, wawili hawa pia wana majukumu maalum katika mazishi waliofariki kwa corona katika kaunti ya Bungoma.
Ilikuwa ni jambo ngumu sana hata kujipanga kwetu kuweza kubeba ile mwili na kufikisha pale kwenye kaburi. Ni jambo ambalo katika maisha yangu yote siko nimewahi kuifanya.
Wakati inapotokea inabidi mfanye, sababu hakuna mtu mwingine atafanya, na iwapo wengine watafanya, unaona utakuwa unahatarisha maisha yao na ya familia yao.
Changamoto kuu wanayokumbana nayo, mbali na kuhofia kuambukizwa, ni kuwa kuna dhana kuwa wanakiuka mila za Kiafrika zinazowapa nafasi kubwa jamaa za marehemu katika mazishi.
Mtu wa corona inafaa ziko saa ngapi? Mara mingi tumekuwa tukizika saa 2 asubuhi, saa 1 au saa 3. Lakini jamii fulani itakwambia sisi mzee wetu azikwe asubuhi, amefika miaka 60. Huyu ni mzee anafaa kuzikwa saa 10, saa 11.
Ukweli tunatengwa sana. Saa hizi tuko na marafiki wachache. Even our own colleagues. Saa hii tumetengwa. Kukutana na mtu hai anasonga mbali sana.
Initially we had a problem with the personal protective equipment, but right now the county was able to purchase, and I want to thank all of them that they have been able to fight this unseen enemy without any kind of problems that they would have given us.
Hawa ni miongoni mwa maafisa wa afya walio mstari wa mbele katika vita dhidi ya corona. Zakius Masame, NTV, Bungoma.
Naam, shukran sana Zakius Masame. Bila shaka mtazamaji umeweza kujifunza mengi kutokana na kazi ambazo wanafanya hao ambao siku hizi katika mitandao ya kijamii wanaitwa makomando wa COVID. Sasa tunapata mapumziko mengine mafupi, tukirudi tutakuwa tunakurusha moja kwa moja katika makao makuu ya Nation katika jumba la Nation Nairobi. Yoshua Makori yuko standby kabisa kukuletea mengi katika ulingo wa spoti. Mimi nitarudi hapa kulikunja jamvi la Day 1 katika County Edition ambayo inafahamika kama Texas Edition. Sicheze mbali.
Get up to 95% financing for all brand new vehicles, payable within 60 months. What's more, you can access a Biashara Boost credit facility of up to 200,000 shillings and 2 free memberships for Maisha cover from Amref Flying Doctors. Family Bank, with you for life.
All day, we expect our mouth to do all kinds of things. That is why it needs all-round protection. New Oral-B Pro Health toothpaste. Its advanced technology helps prevent both tooth holes and gum problems that can lead to tooth loss. It strengthens your teeth, giving them all-round protection. Because your mouth is doing more than you think. New Oral-B Pro Health. All-round protection for your whole mouth.
Geisha aloe vera and honey, made with the goodness of aloe vera to calm and refresh your skin.
Be strong and last long.
Happy anniversary.
Baba Nancy, hebu acha nikuulize. Mbona hii mabati ya kina dad na mam bado inakaa mpya? Na hii nyumba imekuwa hapa for so many years. Na pia umelelewa hapa na sisi tumejenga tu juzi tu.
Wow, imagine hata nilikuwa sija notice.
Rufus, wewe ni fundi wangu wa miaka mingi sana. Haya mabati yatadumu kweli?
Huyu kijana nilimwambia anunue mabati ya Dumu Zas. Sijui ini gani alinunua na alitoa wapi.
Hebu angalia vile mabati yako yanakaa. Hata haijamaliza mwaka. Unaona huyu fundi? Hii nyumba yangu alinijengea kitambo. Naangalia paa bado linang'ara na limedumu.
Usibahatishe mabati. Hakikisha umeangalia alama za kudhibitisha Dumu Zas halisi. Chagua Dumu Zas, mabati inayodumu kudumu na inapatikana kwa hardware iliyo karibu nawe. Isitoshe, Dumu Zas ndio mabati pekee inayokuja na warranty.
Sitaki tena kubahatisha.
Na sote tuko same WhatsApp.
Hiyo WhatsApp ni nini?
A blessed life. Get this and more Christian music only on Angaza Music, Africa's first exclusive gospel service. In addition to music, get your best Bible stories, preachings and devotionals, church services, DJ mixes and more. Get Angaza Music for 10 shillings daily plus 50 MB data bundle. Dial *544#, then select option 6 on your Safaricom line. Angaza Music, Baraka Mkononi.
Like every mother, I'm worried about dangerous insects, especially mosquitoes, which spread diseases like malaria to my loved ones. This year, I'm not afraid. I'm using Mortein Doom. Mortein Doom All Insect Killer provides protection in seconds. Not even a single mosquito is spared, because even one mosquito bite can cause malaria. Mortein Doom provides protection in seconds.
Huwa mdundo unaashiria dhahiri ashiri wakati ya kudunda viwanjani sasa haraka upesi. Wananiita Yoshua Makori. Rais wa mabingwa wa Kenya mwaka 2009 Sofapaka Eli Kalekwa ameipongeza hatua ya shirikisho la soka humu nchini FKF ya kumpata mdhamini wa ligi kuu humu nchini kwa miaka 5 ijayo. Kalekwa ambaye alikuwa akizungumza hii leo katika kipindi cha NTV sasa Mikiki amekiri kwamba ligi kuu imepitia nyakati ngumu zaidi tangu SuperSport na SportPesa kuondoka.
Kila hesabu yote naanza na zero. Lakini wakati hauna kitu chochote, si hatuko kwa na chochote. Kama hiyo hesabu ya milioni 8, wakati tulikuwa na SuperSport plus SportPesa, tulikuwa na around 7.2 million around. So unaona ni kama tunarudi around kuna 800 plus. Ambayo is something good to me, is something good. Kwa sababu hiyo pesa si pesa kidogo. Maybe mzamini akitengeneza biashara yake mzuri, who knows, next season, hiyo season itafuata anaweza weka hata double ya hiyo pesa, ama anaweka 50% more. Inadependi na vile watu wamepanga maprogramu zao. Lakini mzamini akipatikana, ni lazima tushukuru Mwenyezi Mungu.
Katika tanzia sasa ni kwamba aliyekuwa mshindi wa nishani ya fedha ya Olimpiki ya Munich mwaka 1972 katika mbio za mita 3000 kuruka viunzi na maji Ben Jipcho ameaga dunia akiwa na umri wa miaka 77. Mwanariadha huyo mkongwe alikata roho alfajiri ya leo katika hospitali moja huko mjini Eldoret, kaunti ya Uasin Gishu. Jipcho alianza tasnia yake ya riadha miaka 60, alinyakua dhahabu ya Jumuiya ya Madola katika mbio za mita 3000 kuruka viunzi na maji na 1500 mwaka wa 74 mjini Christchurch, New Zealand. Aidha alishinda dhahabu katika mbio za mita 5000 na 3000 kuruka viunzi na maji katika michezo ya Afrika ya mwaka 1973 jijini Lagos, Nigeria. Katika anga ya mataifa ni kwamba ndoto ya mabingwa wa ligi kuu ya Italia Serie A Juventus ya kunyakua taji la 9 mfululizo ilicheleweshwa tu jana usiku na Udinese iliyowashinda mabao 2-1 ugenini Dacia Arena. Juve inolewayo na Maurizio Sarri ilitangulia kufunga kupitia Mathis de Ligt kunako dakika ya 42. Ilija Nestro Skiuyo alikombolea Udinese dakika ya 52 kabla ya Seko Fofana kutia kimiani bao la ushindi muda wa lala salama. Licha ya kushinda Juventus ngali kileleni majedwali na alama 86 mbele Atalanta iliyo ya pili. Atalanta itakuwa mgeni wa AC Milan uwanjani San Siro hii leo usiku. Inter Milan iliyo ya 3 itakabiliana na Genoa hapo kesho gani Luigi Ferraris. Aidha, ushindi wa Udinese umeipandisha hadi nafasi ya 15 na alama 39. Jana pia Lazio ilinyuka Cagliari mabao 2-1 uwanjani Olimpico. Gia ya Tyson hii aliyekuwa bingwa dunia wa uzani mzito katika ndondi Mike Tyson amebadili nia yake ya kustaafu na sasa atapigana na Roy Jones Jr. Septemba tarehe 12 mwaka huu jijini Los Angeles huko Marekani. Tyson mwenye umri wa miaka 54 na aliyestaafu mwaka 2005 amewashangaza wengi tu na hatua yake ya kurejea ulingoni. Mpinzani wake Jones mwenye umri wa miaka 51 alishikilia ukanda wa uzani mzito kwa muda mfupi tu, lakini amekuwa akishiriki mashindano kadhaa hadi alipohitimu umri wa miaka 50. Sasa kutoka nyanjani hadi masokoni hapo kesho katika Taifa Leo ni kwamba waziri wa usalama wa ndani Fred Matiang'i amekana kuugua ugonjwa wa corona. Anasema kwamba kuongwa na corona hajagongwa, amekana kabisa. Kwa hiyo anasema wale ambao wanaeneza uvumi wa huo ugonjwa wa corona ni maadui wake tu. Lipate sokoni hapo kesho, lakini kutoka hapa kaunti 047 Nairobi na imega hadi kule Isiolo kwake Salim Swale ahitimishe sasa.
Barabara kabisa mpenzi mtazamaji, kila kilicho na mwanzo hakikosi kuwa na mwisho, na hadi kufikia hapo hatuna kilichozidi wala kilichopungua kutoka kwenye County Edition au ni jarida la jimbo la County ya Isiolo, na tunashukuru kwa wale wote ambao wameshiriki kufanikisha County Edition katika siku hii ya kwanza. Tuna mengi zaidi ambayo tumekuandalia, Mungu akijalia. Kesho tutakuwa hapa na vile vile Jumapili tutakuwa hapa. Wewe mkazi wa Isiolo, popote ambapo ulipo, hakikisha kwamba tutakuwa tunakufikia na tunaakisi taarifa zako zinazokuhusu bila upendeleo na bila la mingi. Kwa niaba ya wale wote Kaltun Jama huko Nairobi, Yoshua Makori na mkalimani wetu wa lugha ishara pamoja na wengine wote, hapa nilikuwa na Gabra Women Group pamoja na Sky Women Group. Nasema asanteni sana. Saa 3 tutakuwa na Dan Mwangi pamoja na Olive Barros. Usikose kuendelea kutazama NTV, na kwa niaba ya Elboran Resort nasema asante sana. Kesho pia ni siku. Kwaheri.
This is NTV.
I help women find independence by training them in fish farming. It's tough on my back, joints, and can cause headaches. Panadol Extra relieves multiple types of pain. If symptoms persist, seek medical advice.
NTV, turning on your world. The following program has been rated PG. It may contain scenes unsuitable for children under the age of 10.
The Weekend Edition in association with Telcom Night Bundles.
Hello and welcome to the Weekend Edition. I'm Dr. Kingori. We have yet another classic show lined up for you. One of our guests for tonight is a gentleman who most, if not all, comedians in Kenya can agree that is the king of stage presence. Kuna kitu alitufanyia pale Hilton in April 2012. Sitawahi sahau na lazima niwaambie before the end of this episode. Paul Wakimani Ogutu is in the house. Also in the studio tonight is arguably the best artist at mimicking voices. We started the comedy journey together back in 2010. His father actually was among the first comedians on Kenyan television, the legendary Masanduku Arap Simit. He has continued his father's legacy, carving a brand for himself. Na amefanya job poa. JB Masanduku is in the house.
Asante.
Also with us tonight is a gentleman you loved on his first appearance on the show, the self-proclaimed chairman of Team Mafisi, a man whose wisdom would allow him to keep as many women as King Solomon himself. Here for the second time, Jemo Ulemse is also in the house.
Kabisa.
Leo tuko na swala nyeti sana and it involves you too. Now, I tried my best to get a lady's voice, but it was not possible due to unavoidable circumstances. I'll be talking to our guests in a bit. Plus, our reporter Kenyanju is back na kona story moto sana. I also have 2,000 bob worth of telecom airtime that could be yours depending on how fast you can type. Karada na simu yako. But first, tumekuwa na wiki moto sana. Two politicians were in trouble with the police because of water over the past weekend during hiyo weekend imepita. One was caught by police drinking past curfew hours. The other poured water on a police officer.
Why are you running? Why are you running?
Sasa hiyo ndio kusema na kutenda. Unajua mapolitician wengine nakuanga tu ni mdomo kwa campaign. Oh, mkinichagua nitawaletea maji. Nyinyi mumeona Boni Halwale akileta maji na kwa nchi ya serikali. He actually is the first politician I have seen delivering on that promise even before running.
Acha hiyo bana.
Manze. Now on the real though, what I don't understand is Boni Halwale was trying to tell the police officers that nyumba inaungua lakini wakamkataza kwenda kumwaga maji. Makarao ni kama walikuwa wanashangaa ni nyumba gani hiyo inachomeka Western na headquarters za Jubilee ziko Nairobi. Kwanza ile moto inawaka Jubilee ni kama hata maji haiwezi zima. See, the police had ambushed akina Halwale while conducting prayers for convicted Sirisia MP, Honorable John Waluke, and from what happened, seems like the police officers arrived right on time for baptism. Now, that's the story of the Kenya police and Boni the Baptist. And we live in such a funny country. Political leaders had congregated to pray for a colleague serving a jail sentence on corruption charges. Is that how prayers work, really? Now, yes, I know that prayers worked for Paulo na Sila and they were set free from jail. But in the same Bible, it never worked for John. Now, Nairobi Senator Johnson Sakaja was also on the spot. He's the other politician. He was on the spot after he was caught sanitizing his throat past curfew hours on Saturday morning. He immediately denied the claims in a tweet. Na ilisema, never been arrested, won't be, show me an OB number, which in KOT language translates to, mkona video tuone. Wakenya ni nani? Wakatoa video. And the senator had to walk back on what he had tweeted. Moral of the story, don't believe everything you read on the internet. What more proof do you need? Now, you've got to give it up to the Honorable Senator, though. He apologized and even resigned as the chair of the COVID-19 committee.
I was outside my home after 9, and that is against the rules. I apologize to Kenyans, and I will pay the full consequence of the law.
Now, I wish all politicians can learn something from that and even practice this. Ni ukweli, pesa naye nimekula. Hiyo pesa tulikula. Lakini sio 20 million vile wanaambia. Ilikuwa 10 billion. Lakini munisamehe. Ilikuwa ni kuteleza tu. Because that is not my character. If it was my character, ningekuwa nimeiba kidogo kidogo. Nifike hapo eventually. Now, there were reports that Sakaja tried to call the president, but he never picked. Which means the president himself was following the curfew rules. Alikuwa sha dose by saa 3. Najua nikisema hivyo kuna mahita watasikia zao. Umesikia Sakaja mwenyewe ameconfirm serikali ya Uhuru imelala. But come to think of it, had the president picked up, what would Sakaja have said? Hey, hello, your excellency, nimeshikwa. Umeshikwa na corona? Hapana, nimeshikwa juu ya corona. Basi pole, hiyo hata mimi sina dawa. But why was Sakaja even bothering calling? Why did Sakaja even bother to call? Na unye alikuwa asha address hii story kitambo.
Hakuna pahali ile mtu alikuwa anapiga simu, mambo yamekwenda, ni noma, nisaidie. Hizo simu zilizimwa. Sasa ni wewe ujitetee.
To some good news now. Maze, I've stumbled upon a very interesting clip, but okay, maze ina show sufferation zenye watu wanapitia juu ya mtandao ama bundles. Thank you, my friend Cyprian Osoro, for sharing this. Maze, if this is what you really go through.
This time for Africa.
All because of bundles. And you know, we've been on a campaign ya kumalizia ibu ndogo za kukosa mtandao, bundles na data. Na our friends from Telkom Kenya have this great offer inaitwa Usiku Sako bundles. I'm talking about 5 GB at 50 bob only, or 700 MBs daily, coming with an extra 700 MB night bundles valid from as early as 10 PM. Unajua watu Usiku Sako mnajua inaanza saa 6. Hii ya Telkom inaanza 10 PM. And it's very simple. You can get to enjoy this offer. Just dial *544# on your Telkom line to get to subscribe to the bundle of your choice. Also, I have 2,000 bob worth of Telkom airtime for you. Credo ya last week iliendea Kipsang Silas Korir. Kipsang Silas Kip Korir, ni Kip Korir, si Korir. Alafu leo, this airtime could be yours. And instructions are very simple. There's 10 digits between number 7 and number 0 to make up the 12 digits in 1,000 bob Telkom airtime. I'll be reading out the 10 digits in a bit, so stand by. That said, let's turn to our reporter Kenyanjui for other stories making the news.
Guesswork is investigating this case of an assisted flying kick, ama ukipenda teke ya kiroho. Or what organ was being targeted here, if not the heart? Exactly. This was witnessed at the Kirinyaga County Assembly during the impeachment of Governor Waiguru. Yes, we understand that in the African culture, wanaume ni kuinuana, but this format is twisted. Why would you need both feet to kick someone in the chest? The Feminist Department of Guesswork has informed us that these were men launching a new method to cause heartbreaks. When asked why he kicked a colleague in the chest with both feet, the MCA denied that it was a kick, akadai kwamba hii ilikuwa screenshot ya kifua. This, however, cannot be trusted after we got reports that told a different media house that the kick was a social distancing exercise. The good news is that the victim only suffered minor injuries, but owing to the fact that the shoes were not clean when making contact with his chest, alibaki na roho chafu. Guesswork has observed that the taste of violence varies from one county to the next, e.g., the Kisumu County Assembly specializes in stimulants, to be specific, concentrated coffee. Watch how the gentleman slowly reverts back to factory settings. The Mombasa County Assembly prefer malwethe, while in Murang'a, they deal with one problem at a time. On the flip side though, in Kisumu, the removal from the battlefield, ama ukipenda physical impeachment, is polite. Same as Kirinyaga. In Mombasa though, physical impeachment can be confused for what would follow if Andrew Kibe was added to a church WhatsApp group by mistake. Guesswork is compiling a comprehensive report on the countrywide action by MCAs, and it should be out soon, so stay tuned. Representing the Guesswork fraternity on the Wicked Edition, Guess Who? Kenya! Chewy.
That was our reporter Kenyan Jui. His favorite news stories by the way ni kwa MCAs kwa sababu ikosangi drama kabisa. So hata after hiyo kuna zingine zinakam. To our main story now, the COVID-19 pandemic has brought about a lot of suffering, and one of the areas most talked about being depression among artists and mostly comedians. There's always different sides to every story, and we have managed to put together a panel that represents every angle. This is a very special dedication to everyone watching because this is a matter that affects you in a way that if you did not know, then you will be very shocked. We are coming back on the second part of the show with comedians Jemo Ulemse, JB Masanduku, and Paul Wakimani Ogutu. But first, nipeane ile credo nimepromise hapo juu. Karada na simu yako. There's 10 digits between number 7 and number 0 to make up the 12 digits in 1,000 bob airtime ya Telcom. These 10 digits are 8, 0, 5, 7, 6, 8, 3, 6, 4, 4. Load it up. Ikiingia kwa simu yako, send me a screenshot on any of my social media accounts. Dr. Kingori on Facebook, that's Dr. Kingori. Instagram ni Dr_Kingori. Same na Twitter, Dr_Kingori. I'll add you another 1,000 bob airtime. Just send me a screenshot ya hiyo credo imeingia kwa simu yako. Notification gang, I have 1,000 bob airtime for the one comment without a single like. Ya last week, inaendea Lebriz. Comment yake haikuwa na like hata moja na... By the time nilikuwa naingia pale kwa comment section na naingia hapo tena sahi kwa comment section kuangalia ni comment ya nani mwingine haina like hata moja, ni msort. Twende kazi. We are back with our guests on the second part of this short break, so see you guys in a bit.
Get up to 95% financing for all brand new vehicles, payable within 60 months. What's more, you can access a Biashara Boost credit facility of up to 200,000 shillings and 2 free memberships for Maisha cover from Amref Flying Doctors. Family Bank, with you for life.
Explorers of the night, wale wase wa kuhustle usiku, kustreama movies, music mix diehards, and gaming fanatics. We've heard you. It is now your time to fly your flag high. Do what you love, mpaka che na Telcom. Join Usiku Sako with Telcom night bundles that allow you rule the night at prices you love. Join our tribe, Usiku Sako Squad. Just dial *544# from your Telcom line and select the night bundle of your dreams. You are the legend the night needs.
When the world changed, it made us go back to the simple joys and love the little things even more, like serving up your best, eating together, and sharing more. Now, we'll take nothing for granted and always remember to taste the simple joys. Coca-Cola, taste the simple joys.
The Aerial Guarantee.
Asante sana. Sasa, ni nini kingine ambacho unaweza kumfanyia msichana wetu?
Kila kitu, hata kufua nguo na Aerial mpya.
Basi, tuonyeshe.
Hey, sasa fanya haya madoa yawe sugu zaidi. Sasa tufue kwa kutumia sabuni yako na kutumia Aerial mpya. Aerial sasa inapatikana kwenye pakiti mpya. Unaniamini sasa?
Aerial huondoa madoa sugu kwa mwosho mmoja. Ijaribu leo uamini.
Geisha shea butter and honey, made with the goodness of shea butter to moisturize dry skin.
Be strong and last long.
When the world changed, it made us go back to the simple joys and love the little things even more, like serving up your best, eating together, and sharing more. Now, we'll take nothing for granted and always remember to taste the simple joys. Coca-Cola, taste the simple joys.
Beat sensitivity pain fast with Sensodyne Rapid Action for clinically proven relief in 60 seconds.
You're watching The Weekend Edition in association with Telkom Night Bundles.
Welcome back to the Weekend Edition. I'm Dr. Kingori. Leo tuko na show nzito sana, alafu tena tuko na wazito. Actually, wote wamekuwa before me, wote wamekuwa watu, nimekuwa na something to learn from, na leo tuko na topic inakuhusu hata wewe. So sit back, relax, because tuko na Wakemani is in the house. Jemo ule mse here for the second time.
Kabisa.
Alafu my first partner in comedy, JB Masanduku. Karibu.
Yes, asante.
Mazi.
Yes.
Asante sana. Umesikia watu wanasema mazi comedians wanapitwa na depression and this goes across board ya wasanii. Alafu the moment nilisikia Wakemani, as in, okay, hatuja touch base for long,
yes.
Basa wakati I paid attention, hii kitu napiga kelele hata from the first part of the show, kitu ulitufanyia on April 2012. Yes. Acheni wa show, tulikuwa backstage. Wakemani akakuja kama surprise performance. Like chini ya maji, akaingia stage. Tunasikia this hii ni energy nyingine yenye hatujakuwa nayo for the past 3 months. Alafu nakumbuka kwa audience kuna kamzee na kipara yake na miwani amesimama anarukaruka hivi katikati. Joke imempata mpaka anarukaruka hivi kabisa. Umeipiga show nyingine kama hiyo?
Nishapiga kadhaa.
JB, umeikuwa na show kama hiyo?
Yes. KICC, funny enough, Paul Wakemani Ogutu ndo alikuwa just before me. But what I've never told Paul Wakemani Ogutu, I'm going to say it today for the first time, Mwazi kwa Weekend Edition, is I watched Paul Wakemani Ogutu and Churchill before I even went to Russia. So, this is where alikuwa kwa stage na alikuwa naua. He was the first guy niliona akiwaifanya Jeff. So kabla nipate voice ya Jeff, nili clip ya Wakemani. Yeah, guys. So I was not imitating Jeff. I was imitating Wakemani imitating Jeff.
Okay, yani Jeff yako ilikuwa second hand.
Yes, maze.
Nikikomba
maze. Lakini camera, at least since ni Wakemani ilikuwa camera.
Jemo na wewe apart from us, kila msee hapa amepitia hiyo platform ya Churchill. Mimi nimemake a few appearances. Tulikuwa na JB kwa 2010 but mimi nilikuwa na behind the scenes. Wakemani ndio walikuwa inaitwaje? Wale sasa ni wazito huko sema sisi ni
nakumbuka nilikuwa nao.
Wewe ni independent maze.
Yes.
Wewe ni proof ya ile kitu msema about the saga about Njugush na kila mtu that you open air market ukiingia na uingie kama wewe bado unaweza make it.
You know, unaona before kuwe na hizi social media platforms, before ungeenda kupitch ile ujinga si ufanya, hakuna mtu angechukua ujinga. I'm telling you for a fact. But now venye sasa Facebook walikuja wakaeka video, tukasema kumbe kuna TV station, you don't need a license, you don't need anything, una need tu wewe content na rende yako, timu yako, pige shughuli. Mkieka hapo watu watasema inaweza ama iwezi.
Ni nini ili happen yenye, correct me if I'm wrong, haijakuwa possible so far ku translate hiyo kitu. Hiyo kitu ukifanya kwa internet nitakutana nayo. Kila mtu anaochishwa atakutana nayo mahali hapo. Challenge ilikam wapi?
Challenge ilikam penye tuli understand that what do I do for a living? I do stand up comedy for a living. And if I do stand up comedy for a living, there has to be an audience. Because sisi tulikuwa tumezoea impulse. Ni joke yangu usipocheka najua leo show yangu iliharibika. Unaona? Na juu tulikuwa kama hoteruzo time tukipiga hizo jokes zinaenda kabisa. So you don't see how you can now sit kwa nyumba na simu na crack jokes, and that is what has affected also so many other people. Now crack joke na uone how has that joke been taken?
JB,
yes,
story yako interesting sana. Allow me to bring this up on table.
For sure.
Wakati Churchill show yako ilishika, ulikuja ukapata kadem flani ka Russia baby. From the figures na statistics,
he was the only comedian who could speak fluent English, by the way.
But the JB alikuwa statistics inasemanga as per the figures. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yes.
Uko na inaitwaje a whole million bob yenye udem ali inaitwaje kaput like on account.
Yes.
Ya hapo. At sort of labda ilikuwa gig umeget 1 million bob na ikaenda.
True.
Like niko 1 million bob 1 million bob less. Sindio? Nini ili happen?
Na by the fun enough hata sikumbuki. Yani sinanga hata t-shirt, yani hata boxer niseme. Kwa hii meet. Possible. And fun enough, the crazy story ni hii meet iliisha in 11 days.
11 days.
Yes.
1 million bob.
1 million bob. 11 days.
Kila siku.
Of course now she's here because I was studying in Russia and then nimekuja naye. So of course sasa kila mtu anachucha kwa industry, you know, like maze, not only is he doing well in the industry maze, this person has imported a woman
in the production department.
Maze, unaona, so ilikuwa zile za first and foremost hatuwezi panda mat, hakukuwa na maubare, so ni zile cabs hata si taxi, ni so many taxi zile unaisimamisha hivi, yale iko na imeaka kalight hapa juu, unaona, tupeleke place flani, 3-course meals nini, you know, try all those things you have never tried, blah 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 blah. Mita ikaisha, akanambia I need to go back home, my mother is sick. Hey, niko mother is sick after million is over.
Kingori, unajua hiyo time JB alikuwa na huo mdem akikuja Churchill show. Unajua sisi tumetoka mamitaa. So this was the only comedian mwenye alikuwa na dem mzungu. Achana kwanza tukumuita Mrussia. Mzungu, Mrussia. Alafu wakikaa hivi mnaweza kaa hivi mtu tatu.
Wanakoroga tu kidogo.
Manzi yetu ulikuwa tunaona hivyo na this is now the power couple. Au hizo hebu sema ka sentence.
Mwenye wachinravista stole ya Wicked Edition. Very honored to be on this show.
Na wanachaka kwa counter ya kani.
Aya basi. Hiyo ni JB, si ndio? Ulilearn lesson from that, alafu I think ukapotea kiasi ukarudi ukapiga show, uka recover, si ndio? Wakimani, umeishi katu dopoa na industry ukajembea saa dunia isimame, unaenda mass.
Yes. When I was employed here
at Nation.
Yes, I was working at Nation. Then I was earning around 150,000 per month.
Yes.
Sawa, hiyo ni 2010. 2010. This is a very fresh Kawangware guy who is now working for 150,000 per month and getting gigs every Friday, Saturday and Sunday. Ya 100,000. Asante sana baba. Hata mimi nilishinda kucomprehend. Sasa mimi dunia nitambue. Leo nataka kuenda Mombasa, naenda Mombasa. If I feel that leo asubuhi nataka kwenda Mombasa, naenda nakula lunch na narudi jioni.
Na una book flight saa hiyo.
Book, si uko na ni flight na nilikuwa KQ.
Hiyo kitu naitanga ya wasanii, I call it the Makanga economics in a respectable way. Because mimi naheshimu Makanga sana, niko na mabeste wengi. But unaona Makanga economics ni wewe ni donda uko kwa nganya. So kila siku unatengeneza dhao 2 ama dhao 3.
Yes.
Unaelewa? So kesho unajua ukiamuka utatengeneza dhao ngapi?
3.
Kuendeaje ama kuendeaje? Watu lazima wakuje tao. Watu lazima wakuje kazi na lazima watumie nganya.
Yes.
Unanielewa? Unielewi? So hii dhao 3 ukipata leo unaweza kunywa ama ufanye uharibu, kesho uamke utapata hii dhao 3. Unaona? So unapata wase wengi si wish na ile maisha ya kupangia pesa yenye hauna lakini itakam.
Kweli.
Na mimi ni happen.
Unaona Kenya nasema. So that's why unasikia nikwambia wewe ni pedha 5, kesho jioni utapata. Na kesho jioni nakutumia dhao yako 5.
Una live kesho leo.
Yes, una live kesho leo. So you find most of us, hata mimi si sijafanya makosa. Pesa mzee nimetumia
ni noma.
Unatumia alafu saa ile umesota. Unaangalianga kuna kadromu ka receipt. Unaona receipt. Glen Livet
unajipiga hodi
20,000. Accompaniments 5,000. Nyama nini unaona ulitumia 30,000 in a sitting.
Una to remind you of that moment.
You understand?
You are sober, you are
so we make all those mistakes as creatives. One of the things because creatives hupenda kuwa happy.
True. Yes.
So sometimes hata unaweza enda mahali uone wasi wameboeka uamue si hawa watu wafurahie.
Wachangamke.
Ama ni mbona watu wameboeka hapa because
so badala ya kuwachekesha unawachekesha na mfuko.
Si ndio?
Unawachekesha pia bado.
Hiyo. Na bado unawachekesha.
Unawachekesha bado. We are Kenyans who found ourselves with talent, and when we found ourselves with talent, we did not have the mentor.
Financial
No, not even financial wisdom. You need a mentor. A person who can tell you if it is hapa Kenya na waita mentor kwa sababu buko majuu wanaitwa financial advisors.
Yes.
Unaget? Mimi nikimuita hapa hivi financial advisor na maanisha kwanza lazima ndamkanja. Niko na 1.3 billion, si ndio? So inamaanisha kwanza wewe lazima nikuwe na do yako fulani ndio uniambie venye ido nafaa nipange. But you see I'm not willing to share this money with you. Unaget? So we need a financial a mentor mwenye anaweza kana wewe na seme tumetoka na wewe buru. Na vile tumekuwa na wewe buru na umeget ido ipange hivi na hivi na hivi na hivi. Sisi unapata do inakuja pa.
Unajua hata kitu moja main happen ni ati most of us creative, do you know what happens? Ukipata do, first of all creativity kwanza unaistopisha mpaka pesa iishe.
Creativity inaenda live.
Si uko na pesa.
So
You don't need to do. Why do you need to make people laugh?
Struggle with the pen and paper.
Ni nini? That's why unaona wase wengi wakipata do, angalia if you are not careful hata ile craft yako vitu ulikuwa na do zinachapa. Sasa ile utasota ndio unatoka na jokes zingine moto.
Can we agree? Ama this is my submission. That if usha prove unaweza make mita moja na gig moja. Si ndio? Na ni wewe. You can do the same thing you did. Unaget? And we make tena and then spend it wisely. Spend it better from the lessons zenye umekuwa nazo. Is that true?
And I stand guided also that kuna hiyo story ya unasema ati unaweza make your dough wewe mwenyewe. But once unaweza make your dough with what you used to do. And then at some point because nilikuwa kwa show ya Kingori, alafu I used to do this. Kingori alikuwa na segment yake fulani yenye yeye ulitaga Wakemani. So mimi nikikuja naifanya and then ukaanza kunotice there are many other talents who wants to share this platform ya Wakemani. And then uanze kutoa Wakemani out of the weekend edition. Then Wakemani becomes frustrated. Wakemani has bills to pay. Unaona? What is the next thing that is bound to happen? Anger. Anger will make me now start arguing with you. Then once I start arguing with you, you do away with me. Once you do away with me, I end up depressed.
Sawa. Does that make it my fault? Does that make it my fault in that case?
I don't think it makes it your fault, but rather there is a better way that you could approach the issue.
I think the biggest thing yenye tunafaa kujua ni ati haya nimeletwa kwa hii platform ya the weekend edition. Mimi ni mnoma. So what next for me? Not based on the platform. Because already you are talent. Hapa una ganji. Alafu kitu ingine ukuange na ka revenue kengine. Enda uweke kiosk.
Mahali.
Ukilipwa hapa na huyu jamaa, hiyo kambao kama ni kinde, kuna mahali pengine unapata ngiri 3 yako. Yenye ni independent kutoka kwa huyu jamaa akiniambia siku moja sitakam, atamwambia tu ni sawa.
Unazidi.
But sita jam. You understand? Because you see platforms are there for people to grow. Me, I always say, if I come to a platform, I grow, I will go create mine.
Sawa. Thank you. Josla.
Yes.
Itakuaje?
Hata mimi nasema, mimi naona the biggest issue ni artists themselves. Kama tunaweza shikana zile za as much as, because I know like for Dr. Kingori, I've messed him up like 2-3 times. As in design I mean niko show niko like okay, I'm humbled. You understand? Lakini ile ati nilitamse show haku make it mimi achana umse sitaimuita show sitaifanya job na yeye sitai. Alafu sasa and then you know, let me tell you, artists are different from politicians. Politicians are best friends in private. In public. However,
yes, it's the other way around.
Sasa us guys are the other way around.
Kwa show, bro.
Kutoka hapo Wakemani ni kichini ya maji tu, yani zile za Wakemani, yani Wakemani usemi utashow umsisi uje ufanye nini, you understand? And then you just wait for somebody to go down that road where amefika rock bottom, and even at that point umsaidi. Lakini akisha left group, maze unajitokeza, maze you guy. Joe, maze that guy was very talented. Maze his time came too soon. Maze tuchangieni, tufanye tumbaye coffee.
Then
what are you doing when the person is here?
What do you think you need tuanzie hata kama tukirudi nyuma sana tuanzie April 2012?
What we need is we already have them.
Yes.
That first of all we did not expect that tunaweza kuwa na hii process yenye inaendelea saa hizi ya COVID and everything and social gathering, so hakuna mashow, and that is what we do best. So moving into a transition penye JMO yuko saa hizi hapo, that's where we are now supposed to be heading to. Saa hii kamera, kuwa na kamera, nikiwa na kamera naingia kwa online na tunaanza kufanya hiyo kazi na tunaandika content na watu wanarudi kucheka.
I know I have done so many blunders in my career. If y'all could give me a clean slate, Maze, I remind you guys who JB Masanduku is. Maze, mi hata sitaki kwenda kwa mtandao niseme ati nitumieni pesa nini. Just follow me on my platforms at JB Masanduku, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube
channel.
YouTube channel, subscribe, like.
Content iko hapo.
Maze, content iko hapo. Kenya mnataka nifanye niambieni, but these are promise I give on the weekend edition today. Content apata.
Sawa, JMO tufungie.
Yes.
Na utuambie social media zako na mali sana.
I think one of the most important thing, one of the life lessons yenye nimelearn nayo sana ni kuavoid kitu inaitwa victim mentality.
Okay.
Victim mentality is when things go wrong, you don't take responsibility, you want to blame outside forces for your situation.
Yes.
Sometimes yes, kunaweza kuwa hiyo kitu ni outside forces.
Yeah.
But 99% ni wewe, ni sisi. Even me, hata mimi najua zile ma challenges ni bado najua hapo ni mimi nilitia blanda mahali fulani. So if people can learn fast before you we tupe kwa wall. First of all jiulize mimi nilicontributaje ndio nifika mahali niko. Because wewe ndio player. You are the main player, you are the main act. So hata ukifika mahali luko ulikuwa umeona ukiendaga. Ni wewe uliamua wacha tu niende. Like there is a big part of personal responsibility in many of the things that we blame people. Mimi niko pale Jemule Mse Facebook, Jemule Mse Instagram and Jemule Mse on YouTube.
Wazi. Asanteni sana and thank you for tuning in, and this also goes out, si comedy peke yake as a profession. Najua hii time wase wengi sana wame lose job. Na kuna kitu sana Jemo amesema and I think it's been reiterated across. Yeah. When something kama sahi time za COVID zina call for inaitwaje flexibility. Me personally by the way na shout out na respect wale wase job imeisha, ameenda amechukua gari yake, ameenda amefungua boot, ameweka manyanya anauza. Kuna wase wana make do.
Yes.
Una get?
Yes.
There's many ways of killing a rat. Think about that and think about that deeply. There's a solution in every problem. Don't look for a problem in every solution. Si ndio? Haya, asanteni sana kwa kutokea.
Yes, man.
Na waishi mnaweza come tena na tena second time. Tukuje.
Yeah.
Content mazemi na ngoja kuona mshasema account.
Ukinunua fridge.
That's it for the weekend edition. See you next week. My name is Dr. Kingori.
The Weekend Edition in association with Telkom Night Bundles.
I help women find independence by training them in fish farming. It's tough on my back, joints, and can cause headaches. Panadol Extra relieves multiple types of pain. If symptoms persist, seek medical advice.
You save by not having to use multiple products. And you only rinse once. For a laundry soap that can help save you time, water, and money, try Whitewash Extra. Brand power, helping you buy better.
For a better tomorrow, don't forget to do the 1, 2, 3 with Colgate every night.
When the world changed, it made us go back to the simple joys and love the little things even more, like serving up your best, eating together, and sharing more. Now, we'll take nothing for granted and always remember to taste the simple joys. Coca-Cola, taste the simple joys.
Mambo mengine sio rahisi, lakini kupata 50% extra airtime ya kukonda kwa SMS ya Safaricom, mambo ni 130.
Pata 50% extra credo bila expiry ya kupiga na ku-SMS across networks. Piga *444* scratch card pin hash. Na kama ni M-Pesa *444*2#. Safaricom for you.
At Stima Sacco, we are a reflection of you. We are a stable, financially sound institution providing tailor-made services to add value to your life, time and money. We are guided by your aspiration. We are Stima Sacco, a true reflection of you.
Ndovu flowers are fortified with vitamins and minerals to provide wholesome goodness for the whole family. Ndovu all-purpose flour makes the most delicious chapatis, mandazis and all other pastries. Ndovu is readily available at your nearest shop. Ndovu Tosha. Cabling tips. Use cables from a reputable manufacturer made from 99.99% pure copper and the best insulation. Use a certified installer. Scratch to verify and authenticate your cables. We manufacture an extensive range of power cables for applications in domestic and industrial wiring. Our work speaks for itself. Get in touch. Let's talk cables. Kumbuka, wire see wire. East African Cables, connecting lives.
Katika miezi michache iliyopita, nchi yetu imesimama pamoja kuweka nambari za COVID chini. Nambari hizi ni muhimu kwani zitaamua jinsi mambo yataendelea. Hapa Safaricom, nambari zetu pia hupeana hadithi. Hadithi ya tumaini, ukakamavu na upinduzi. Kila siku nambari mpya hutueleza hadithi ile ile kwamba sisi hatukubali mambo tusiyoweza kufanya ije kati ya mambo tunaoweza. Tuendelee kusonga mbele.
NTV, turning on your world.
Hello, it's Friday, and if it's Friday, you know, it's time for TTTT. TTT, yeah, and who's on the seat? The seat of fire, it's me, Nick Quach. And we are with Cindy Ogana. Hi, Cindy.
Oh my goodness, Quach!
Looks like it's going to be me and you on the driving seat tonight.
You're joking, it's just the two of us, like it's an intimate conversation.
You know, this is going to be such a dialogue, just between two people.
I know. I got my tea ready, honey. Pour it.
That's good. That's
pour
good.
Pour it hot and heavy.
At least today we have the whole night to discuss a number of issues. It's a Nyanza edition. But first, let's look at the highlights. Yeah, this week, President Uhuru Sin drives himself around the CBD as he wears his mask the wrong way. What's up, Mr. President?
COVID is taking our men, not because COVID is predisposed to a chromosome. This is not an XY issue. It's a mental...
Caroline Mutoko blasts Kenyan men for contracting coronavirus in large numbers. Was it really necessary? Stick around and hear what the panel has to say. This week, a video emerged of a man wielding a machete while demanding for his 4 months mshahara. Yani mshahara lazima itoke. But is this the way to demand for your rights? Marketing strategy on a new level, people. This girl brings an added value to your business when you give her the opportunity. Let's stick around and see more. Remember, the hashtag is TTTT. Talk to us on Twitter at Nick Quach, at Cindy Ogana. Cindy, hi. Hi.
It's so good to hear from you. This is the first time since I've done the trend that we're doing it just two people.
This is,
you know,
oh.
I feel like, you know, we should
in that
have a bottle
years.
of something and talk like we, you know, like how social media experts are.
Yeah.
According to the streets of WhatsApp. This is what I think.
There's always time for you know, fast time.
Yes.
How's your week been though?
Have you been?
Yeah.
How have you been?
I've been great. I've been looking at what you've been doing online, Cindy. Don't think we are not seeing. We are seeing. Kenyans are seeing what you're doing. Episodes in the car, blah, blah, blah. Hiyo ni jamii ya wapi umekuwa ukiingia?
Well, uko pale naishi, they don't know curfew. Kuna kuanga na jam 24/7. So I decided to start something so that I can calm.
By the way,
I suffer from road rage. So I just said, let me just do something to put my Zen moment.
It's good
and
stuff.
Share the interesting quirks. So it's good to know that you've noticed.
It's great stuff you're doing, Cindy. It's great stuff you're doing. In fact, there's a day I saw you ranting, saying, oh, barabara yenyu inafaa kupandwa sijui nini. You know, the way the roads are bad down there.
I can address my member of parliament, but he has a case in court, so...
No, Cindy, don't go there. As a station, we were banned from talking about him. So let's take to what we have to talk about today.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say.
So, Cindy, this week, a story broke out that police are on the search for a 29-year-old Louisiana woman, Jennifer Lawrence, who's accused of shooting her boyfriend because of refusing to argue. This is the first reported case of when choosing to be peaceful has almost cost someone their lives. A $150,000 bond has been set for the runaway woman whose 34-year-old boyfriend is said to be in critical condition. What level of pettiness is this?
It's not pettiness, Quach. You've been in relationships before. I mean, there's fruit of that. Evidence walking around in your living room somewhere. However, what you know, in relationships, it's really access as women when I have a point. It doesn't matter that it's 3 o'clock in the morning. That's not the point. The point is I have something I need to say and you're too busy snoring and it's bothering me. Then you wake up very fresh, you know, whistling. Missy Jalala, nimekuwa nikikuangalia tu kingorota, side by side. I tell you want to talk, you say you're tired, I let you sleep. In the morning, you say we'll talk in the morning.
Yeah.
So I wait. I don't sleep. I'm watching you in case you have a heart attack.
But Cindy,
make sure that you're alive.
Cindy,
so we can talk.
Cindy.
Haya, ngoja Quach. Alafu, asubuhi imefika, umesema tuongee, unasema sina time naenda job. Utajua haujui.
Cindy, though, I was wondering though, how is it, I don't know if it is only me or it happens to all men out there. By the way, I want to know, tell us on the hashtag TTTT. Why is it that ladies, you always choose the most weird of times to put your points across? How come, you know, someone comes home at 4 in jioni, tumekaa tu hapo, we are watching TV, tunaona news, hausemi kitu, unapika, umefura tu the whole time, you're not saying anything, we go to sleep. Then usingizi yangu ikishashika tu saa 6, that's when you want to wake me up at, oh, you have something to say.
I know the reason. Let me first put my cup of tea down.
It's going down.
It's going down. This has come from something Tanasana that happened a few weeks before.
Yeah.
Either it happened on your mobile phone, if you know what I am saying, or it happened on Instagram. There's this girl who's busy liking, calling you dear, and you're busy sending emojis, smiling faces, kisses, what. Then we ask the infamous question, who is she to you? And then you say, she is just a friend. So aka kakitu kanatuchoma, we keep quiet. We bite our tongue because maybe at that point kuna ka transaction ulikuwa unafanya ya land, wacha it go through. Maybe at that point kuna ka shopping tulikuwa tunataka ufanya, it goes through. Now we have gotten what we wanted, but we have not answered the question. Why is it that Anita Nderu is always liking all your posts? Why are you liking Anita Nderu? Why are you following each other? Is it because there's like a DM somewhere? Why does your phone only have a finger lock? Mbona unaenda chona simu?
First of all,
so it is a point where the demons start talking to us, and they usually talk at us.
Cindy, first of all, I want to declare that it is Mariam Bishar, not Anita Nderu, that is liking my pictures. But anyway, that's besides the point. Another thing I wanted to say, Cindy, this is gender-based violence. Whichever name we want to call it, whichever side we want to take with it, it is gender-based violence. And it is said that, you know, it is more prevalent amongst women than men, of course, 45 to 44. But gender-based violence is still gender-based violence. Let's not try at calling it with other names. Kwanza, the way this week, Nini, the men have been under, you know, attack. Did you see that video by Nini? Caroline Mutoko, by the way?
Yes. I saw, and imagine I agree with her.
You agree with her?
Imagine I agree with her. Kabisa. Now, I feel it was taken out of context. Caroline did not say Kenyan men don't shower. She just says that Kenyan men are not as fast to respond medically as women. I come from not a medical background, but my 9 to 5 is dealing with cancer patients. And let me tell you, Kwach, our biggest support group is for women as opposed to men. By the time you convince a man that he is sick, Kwach, amekohoa na damu ni blue, as in blue. Samawati. That's the time
Cindy,
like,
Cindy, as you continue, I don't want to interrupt you, but there are people who do not know what in the world we are talking about. So I just wanted to look at a quick glance at the video, then we come back and talk about it.
COVID is taking our men, not because COVID is predisposed to a chromosome. This is not an XY issue. It's a mental predisposition and a behavioral predisposition. And because of the way you think and the way you act, Rona is coming after our men. Let me start with the obvious that we all know. Wanaume mwezi ambiwa. Mwezi ambiwa. There's no telling you what to do.
Headedness. They're saying wanaume hatusikii, it is our behavioral pattern not to listen. We are not predisposed to this thing. Is that what you are saying?
I live with a man. I have 3 men that I'm raising. I have 3 boys. Hamwezi ambiwa wichiteko. Hard-headedness. It is all right, men, first of all, to ask for help. Nyinyi si mafundi. Kama mjui kutengeneza vitu kwa nyumba, wacha tupatiane biashara, we outsource. Nyinyi si mafundi. Number 2, not all men are mechanics. Kama ujui hiyo nguruma ni nini, don't start saying, pengine ni diff. Na diff pengine ni kitu ulisikia kwa bata ujui ni nini. You know? Number 3.
I think ni gearbox iko na shida.
If you are sick, nasikia hiyo ina sound kama ka gearbox. And please, this is the first car you're driving since campus. Relax yourself. When it comes to sickness, Kwach, on a very serious note, men are not very quick to ask for response. Maybe it's a cultural thing where men need to show that they are strong and they don't want to show that they're weak. But the problem is, they feel something, they ignore. It is until later on, when the wife nags and nags and nags, that is the time when they go and seek medical attention, and hopefully it is not too late. So I do agree with Caroline Mutoko in the sense that it's a plea for women like me who are constantly surrounded by men, by boys.
Yes.
In terms of my children, it's important for you to be keen on what you do, because you know men live very, very heavy lifestyles. You drink a lot more than women. Nyama pia mnakulanga tena sana. Kuna vitu zingine mnakulanga on the side hatutaki kusema because this is what I said hour.
Yeah. Cindy, real quick before we go for the break though. You have lived with a man, you have the men there. You know, men really have an issue about how you tell us something instead of what you're actually saying. Sometimes it's how you say it. Maybe we had an issue with how Caroline was addressing us. We felt that it was more of an upper hand kind of thing, a condescending tone kind of thing. What do you think?
So because the tone is condescending, you will use your ego that will be to your detriment, and then you die. I mean, what is the point? How will your ego help us when you're in the grave? How will your ego help us when you're in ICU? Please, we will talk to you the way your mothers talked to you.
I get what you mean. I get what you mean. We're going for a break. Cindy, we're going for a short break. At Nick Watch, at Cindy Ogana. Hashtag is TTTT. See you at the end of this break.
Lifebuoy, the world's first to report its sanitizer is over 99.9% effective against the COVID-19 coronavirus.
When the world changed, it made us go back to the simple joys and love the little things even more, like serving up your best, eating together, and sharing more. Now, we'll take nothing for granted and always remember to taste the simple joys. Coca-Cola. Taste the simple joys.
Disinfect and protect your home with Jik. Jik kills 99.9% of illness-causing germs. Disinfect floors, kitchen and bathroom surfaces, and wash white clothes, towels, and dishcloths with Jik bleach. Just Jik it.
Geisha coconut milk and honey, enriched with coconut milk for soft and moisturized skin.
Be strong and last long.
When we moved from analog to digital, we took the opportunity to share our talanta. And the rise of local radio represented our voices mtaani. New ICT and educational platforms are going to make sure that no one is left behind.
Communications Authority of Kenya, opening your world.
Welcome back. You are talking to us. You can see people talking to us. The hashtag is TTTT. I've seen someone saying, at where two people are gathered, happiness is definitely present. Tumekuona sana. Someone is saying, ati Caroline hata tuambia nyama tutakula. That is Max at Max Nilma. Is saying tutakula. Broken Soul is saying, mwanaume ni kujikausha. No wonder you say alikufa kimwanaume. Yeah, someone has tweeted a very nice picture there. Max Gitahi has tweeted a very nice picture of men tasting advice from Caroline Mutoko and seeing how bitter it is. We just can't seem to take it, can't we, Cindy?
You can't seem to take it because now men are retaliating and saying,
Yeah.
oh, I disagree with like Honorable Arua saying, I disagree with Caroline.
Yeah.
The first case of corona in Kenya was a woman.
Which it was.
Robert Mandela is... yeah, but where did she get it from? I bet it was a guy who didn't shower. Robert Mandela says, that's not okay. Men are human too. Caroline Mutoko should tell us if the... Okay, that one is a bit insensitive because her family members might be listening.
Yes,
but
yes,
listen,
yes.
The thing is, it's not a men versus women thing. I think her general cry was, if you feel something, go to the hospital. Don't wait until the very last minute.
Exactly.
And the part about showering
Yes.
is because, as I mentioned, for those who don't know, I'm not assuming everybody knows, I have 3 kids. 2 of them are below the age of 5.
Yeah.
Even when I come home, the
Alright.
first thing I have to do, remove my clothes and I shower.
Yes,
just
yes, yes,
because I don't want them to get in touch with anything.
Hygiene.
But men, you check in Friday evening, and because there's curfew, so you're not going to the bar, you're not hanging out with your friends. Ile jasho ya Friday.
Cindy,
utalala nayo sato Sunday.
Hatutaki kutoa tint. We are not going to kutoa tint ati you're walking out here looking light skin. Anyway, let's move on to the next story, Cindy. Tunaweza somea Caroline mpaka kesho. So, did you see the video of this man that went to demand for his justice, went to the boss with a machete, wielding a panga? You know, when I saw this video, I was like, what weird way of asking for refusing a pay cut is this? Eh? Let's listen a bit to the video.
Let me ask you a question. Let's listen.
None of you guys can call Iqbal or anyone here. Yeah, now all of them are scared. Yeah, nitakulipa lakini utasign vizuri kila kitu. Jarida, you go from here, please. Iqbal, don't engage.
Cindy, you know, the devil is in the contract. Many people are not getting paid, especially at this time of COVID-19. What do you think?
Yeah. I feel it's a very sensitive time. If you're going to give somebody a pay cut, then it is good. It's how, the way you said earlier on, it's how you can communicate to it. Let me tell you, Coach, by the time you're wielding a machete and threatening to kill somebody,
it has really gotten to you.
Stress imekujaza.
Yeah.
You know, you just need to be in a position where you can provide for your family and you don't feel like your livelihood is at stake. So I feel that probably, I honestly sympathize with the machete guy.
Yeah.
He's not doing it intentionally. Nikushiba meshiba.
Yes.
I don't think he was communicated too well. And if you hear what he's saying mshahara yangu pekee ndio inakatwa. So that means that they're doing
what's sad, Cindy, is that we don't realize that he might actually get into more problem for asking for his pay that way than, and then we miss the whole issue of what he was asking for in the first place anyway.
But you know, it's just, he's reached his limit.
Yeah.
There's this wanyonge hawana haki. In the sense that he's looking and thinking, I can't afford a lawyer.
Yes.
If I go and demand for my money, they're not giving me. And of course, these are people who are captains of industry. So probably they own the company.
Yeah.
There's nothing you can do. Hakuna mali unawapeleka. He did what he could at the moment. He could do. I'm not suggesting that now everybody goes
with a
wielding machetes and saying, nipatie pesa zangu. Because, you know, if Tala decided...
it would be bad. Cindy, you know what I normally say is that payment is like justice. And justice delayed is justice denied. So when you delay payment, you deny the payment. Because this person is going to accrue debt, this person is going to, you know, ameongelesha watu hadi akachoka, ameambia landlord kuja kesho. Anyway, we still have more to talk about. Time is not on our side. We're going for a short commercial break. We see you in a bit.
Get up to 95% financing for all brand new vehicles, payable within 60 months. What's more, you can access a Biashara Boost credit facility of up to 200,000 shillings and 2 free memberships for Maisha cover from Amref Flying Doctors. Family Bank, with you for life.
Get free access to digital learning today. For primary and secondary students, one can now access learning and revision materials that has been approved by KICD. Dial *291# and subscribe to Safaricom Digital Learning and Shupavu 291 today. Tufungue njia, elimu iendelee.
We all are looking for products to protect ourselves from viruses, but not all products protect us. Did you know that using Dettol soap and water protects against viruses? Many viruses are surrounded by an envelope with receptors that enable them to enter a human cell and cause infection. Dettol soap destroys the outer layer of the virus and effectively removes it. Protect your family from the spread of viruses with Dettol. Dettol cleans and is now tested and proven to be effective against COVID-19 virus. This has been Medivax for Dettol.
I help women find independence by training them in fish farming. It's tough on my back, joints, and can cause headaches. Panadol Extra relieves multiple types of pain. Panadol Extra, now with new Optizorb technology, to fight multiple tough pains, with 3 times more pain-relieving medicine in the first 30 minutes when you need it most. Seeing them support themselves makes any pain worth it. If symptoms persist, seek medical advice.
Breaking news from Molfix. Let's see what they're developing right now.
Pants is just for me. It really feels very comfy.
Molfix pants with anatomic fit technology. New Molfix pants, an invention from babies for babies.
You should also try Molfix.
Ah, Helen Paul.
Hello, madam. Would you like to join us on this mission?
Yes, but how?
Just one question for you. How do you keep your toilet clean?
I use regular detergent and bleach for washing and removing yellow stains. I've been using it for years.
Oh, madam, the regular detergents and bleach are used for washing clothes. To disinfect your toilet properly, you need Harpic 10X. It is specially made for germs and stains removal. Harpic's thick formula settles on stains and gives 10 times better cleaning compared to regular detergents and bleach.
Wow, now I'm convinced, Helen Paul.
Really?
Yeah.
Now that she's part of the mission, the next house is yours.
When the world changed, it made us go back to the simple joys and love the little things even more, like serving up your best, eating together, and sharing more. Now, we'll take nothing for granted and always remember to taste the simple joys. Coca-Cola. Taste the simple joys.
This is NTV.
Tonight, the numbers are rising and so are underlying concerns.
People are dropping dead.
Mmoja wa truck alikuwa ameweka gari kwa parking hapo na akashuka. Alikuwa amekaa pale chini akipumzika. Hapo ni pale chini akakolapse na akaaga dunia.
Government out on a limb as it tries hard to downplay the threat.
We have even identified land for mass graves. If people die, too many of them.
Also tonight, Nairobi Governor Mike Sonko has a hangover. Now he claims the executive is drunk with power.
First of all, I'm not a politician. I'm an administrator and a KDF personnel. So I don't get engaged in politics. I have no problem with the governor.
Plus,
NTV is back on the road.
NTV is back on the road.
Tunajichunga, tunakaa, corona iko, mimi najua corona iko.
Isiolo's COVID-19 war, building on infrastructure, and just why Isiolo is called Texas.
Juu ya climate yake mazee na environment yake.
Na Texas apili ni miraa.
And on Bullseye, the making of Majimaji Rebellion, gatherings of the youthful and the happy, and smoking out the DP's men in Mulembela.
Mnatupia tia gas kila wakati. Leo hii ndugu Paranya yuko na mkutano kubwa kule Kakamega. Mbona hamwezi kwenda kutupa huko tia gas?
Oya ni aje, mimi ndo Jonte Fresh. Mimi ndio nimetambulika hii Gikomba yote sekta ya manguo. Jumio transform nguo ordinary za mtush zenye ziuka mna hii harufu ya bail into the freshest igikosi yote. Siri ni hii Ariel mpya ya pink. Na kushow mtush zinang'ara kung'ara kushinda kamera. So clean, so fresh. Ma customer unaisana na hii story. Ninatumia Ariel touch of down mpya tu.
Breaking news from Molfix. Let's see what they're developing right now.
Molfix, pants is just for me. It really feels very comfy. I don't have to stop playing. Molfix pants fits me perfectly.
An invention from Molfix just for your baby. Molfix pants with anatomic fit technology. New Molfix pants, an invention from babies for babies.
You should also try Molfix.
When they flip and roll and start to crawl away, tape diapers can be hard to put on. Then it's time for all-round fit Pampers pants. Easy to pull on even when they're moving around for a great fit and up to 12 hours of dryness. And easy to remove. Just tear the sides, lift away, roll up the pants, and you're all done. Now available in size 6. Pampers, love, sleep, and play.
Geisha aloe vera and honey, made with the goodness of aloe vera to calm and refresh your skin.
Be strong and last long.
What makes a Kenyan dental mom powerful?
I encourage my kids to learn new things, and if they get hurt, I rely on the power of my Dettol's One Capful. To fight germs, it's like my own first aid kit.
My family needs protection from germs. I use the power of Dettol's One Capful to disinfect surfaces and clothes to keep them clean and safe from germs.
I trust the power of Dettol's One Capful for bathing. The power of Dettol's One Capful protects from up to 100 illness-causing germs.
Dettol, Kenya's #1 antiseptic for fighting germs. Become a powerful Kenyan mom with Dettol. Be 100% sure.
When we moved from analog to digital, we took the opportunity to share our talanta. And the rise of local radio represented our voices mtaani. New ICT and educational platforms are going to make sure that no one is left behind.
Communications Authority of Kenya, opening your world.
The hashtag is TTTT. Na nyinyi watu mnaongea vibaya hapo online, si ndio? I can see what you're saying. Dr. Jonathan, I've seen what you've tweeted. Dr. Jonathan is saying that we know Butita is in studio, only that we cannot see him. Anyway, Black Lives Matter.
Guy!
Mnaongea sana vibaya hapo. Eh? Someone is saying, Evans A. Arwiga is saying, I guess that guy, referring to that guy ule wapanga, lazima kuwe wakitui, ati lazima pesa yake itoke. Godwill Kiprono is saying, men asking for help is toxic masculinity. And I see someone has also said that Caroline bit more than she could chew. Keep giving us the feedback. The hashtag is TTTT, at Nick Quach, at Cindy Ogana. Let's talk. Tell us what you think. So this week, have you been asking yourself if you should be happy about living in Rongai or not? Then this week you have a good reason. You have one more reason to be happy about living in Rongai, because this week, President Uhuru Kenyatta made a surprise stop at the railway's terminus. At railway's bus terminus, akashtua watu tu, akatokea tu, akasalimia watu kidogo, then he went back in his car. Now, haters started noticing that the president was not wearing a mask, or rather, the president was not wearing his mask right, that he is now wearing it as a chin guard. It's been called a chin guard, hapa chini ya kichwa. So I'm like, haters, simseme tu, simone tu, the president at least amesalimia watu, ufurahie in the middle of bad news, there's at least some good news. Cindy, what do you think?
Hakuna kitu kama haters. This is what Caroline was talking about.
Umesema mwanaume 001.
Hey, wanaume. By the way, I think the people wame resist hii mambo ya mask ni wanaume. Inafaa hata tao ukitembea taone wanaume wale wamevaa masks. You can tell they are annoyed inside. You know, as much as the mask covers your face, you can just tell umse amejam. Please, this is to protect yourself from your fellow man who doesn't know how to sneeze. I don't know who told men.
Cindy, by the
way,
when
when you want to sneeze, unasema ati, excuse me. If you say, excuse me, the virus says itasema, okay, sorry, wacha turudi kwa host, tutatoka baadaye. Hapana, the mask is there to protect you. So I won't lie, it's the first thing I noticed when I saw that clip.
Cindy,
it's
let me tell
very nice to go and say hi to people.
Cindy, let me tell you something, Cindy. If there is something men hate, men are creatures of impossibilities. Someone told me there was one day there's a driver who was driving me from Hola coming back to Nairobi, and he told me, mwanaume ni mnyama. A man doesn't want to be told that something is impossible. We don't want to be told that now I can't walk in town because nitashikwa. Wacha nikuje nitembee bila mask nione hao wanaume ushika watu ni wanaume kiasi gani. You know, that's how some men think, unfortunately.
That is why more men die every year than women. We live long.
But Cindy,
we will outlive you. Sasa zile watoi wetu wanaona throwbacks, our grandchildren in 2069. We will outlive all of you. Tutakuwa tunawaona.
But
you need to take good care of yourselves.
I don't know how this has worked though, because wanaume ndio nyinyi hutuambia ati mwanaume akipata ka headache kidogo kameshajilaza kwa kiti as if he's going to die. Sijui when a man gets sijui homa kidogo, he asks for 2 weeks leave ati ndiye akae home. You know?
But the moment upon hivi, all of a sudden, you guy my guy, that can do me like this, you guy my guy. Now, antibiotics, somebody said on Twitter, Cindy also talk about the fact that hawamalizi dawa.
Yes. That's very true. That's very true. As a man, as long, I have an uncle who had had an accident, akaanguka, akaumiza the back. And then he happens to be the breadwinner of the family. He was told he needs to have 1 month bed rest. Do you know, siku tu alisikia ati anaweza amka, not ati the back is okay, anaweza amka aweke mguu chini na atembee. He went to work, hiyo bed rest ijisort. Yeah?
Why? But why?
It's just
if
the way we
are. Rest, you need to
it's
rest.
Just the way we are
take
created.
Care of yourself. You need to take care of yourself. Wear a mask. Don't start ati umakumende ati unasikia kelele usiku, unasikia gunshot ati ndio wewe ati unataka kuonyesha bibi ati wacha niende nione ni nini.
Cindy, looks like time is not on our side. We'll have time to talk about the president disobeying his own orders maybe some other time. But today, that was it for the day. We were expecting a full house, but somehow Budita ametupotelea kwa giza. Daddy Mato couldn't find his lights, and everything else has not happened. Anyway, join Amina at 10 p.m. for Trend at Night. I've been Nick Watch, Cindy Ogana, #TTTT. See you next week.
Beat sensitivity pain fast with Sensodyne Rapid Action for clinically proven relief in 60 seconds.
NTV is back on the road, and this weekend the destination is county number 11.
Karibuni hapa Isiolo NTV.
Karibisha sana NTV hapa tauni yetu ya Isiolo.
Kwa tunaangalia kwa kina na urefu swala zima la afya, county imejiandaa vipi katika kukabiliana na janga la corona.
We are launching 3 more ambulances Now we have 10 ambulances.
You only live once, you know, it's YOLO. If this is your thing, then there could be something for you to enjoy in Isiolo, which boasts some tourism attractions.
Kwa upande mmoja, mifugo ni kiungo muhimu hapa, lakini kwa upande mwingine, wanawekeza sana katika miundo misingi tofauti.
What is the state of education in the county? We have a lot for you to learn on the Texas edition of NTV on the road.
Texas flavor jedani, Texas jedani, diada.
Changamsha Biashara, Family Bank and Isuzu East Africa have come together to support SMEs lift the business curve. Get up to 95% financing for all brand new vehicles, payable within 60 months and enjoy a 3-month repayment holiday. What's more, you can access a Biashara Boost credit facility of up to 200,000 shillings and 2 free memberships for Maisha cover from Amref Flying Doctors. Family Bank, with you for life. Family Bank is regulated by the Central Bank of Kenya.
Wa Kenya, hii fight hatukuchagua, lakini tuko na choice. Tuchague kujilinda. Tuchague kuprotect familia zetu. Tuchague usafi. Kuosha mikono. Kuosha manyumba zetu. Ndio tulinde watoto wetu. Na tuvae mask. Future yetu iko mikononi mwetu. Kenya, let's do it for the ones we love.
Je, maumivu ya kichwa na kukosesha amani? Kaluma Strong hutuliza maumivu ya kichwa, maumivu ya mwili na hata huondoa joto jingi mwilini. Kaluma Strong ina aspirin kama kiungo. Maumivu yakizidi, muone daktari.
Here at NMG, we are working very hard to ensure your favorite publications, Daily Nation, Business Daily, Taifa Leo, and the East African are readily available. In a bid to support the efforts to prevent the transmission of COVID-19, NMG has ensured our staff, our distributors, and their staff adhere to set guidelines. At our printing plant, all staff are required to wash their hands before entering the factory and must be wearing a mask. All workers either change their clothes on entering the factory or wear an overcoat. We are keeping doors open to avoid our staff touching door handles repeatedly. With our automated printing, contact with the newspaper is kept to a minimum, and at the packing process, the staff observe social distancing. Vehicles used to transport the newspapers are disinfected daily before the newspapers are loaded, and our delivery staff all wear masks and wash their hands regularly. Our vendors ensure that they sanitize every time they handle money and wear their masks at all times. NMG is proud to be able to safely meet your information needs. Stay safe, stay informed with our favorite NMG publications.
Njia bora zaidi ya kuhakikisha usafi wa mikono ni kutumia maji na sabuni. Katika baadhi ya sehemu wameweka mchanganyiko huu maalum wa kutoa uchafu maarufu sanitizer, na tunahimizwa kila tunapotumia tuhakikishe kwamba sehemu zote za mkono zimeupata mchanganyiko huo kwa kufanya hivi kwa takriban sekunde 20 hivi, na tuhimizane wenyewe kwa wenyewe kufanya usafi, manake wapo mwenzako hatafanya usafi basi anakutia wewe hatarini.
Ninakungoja Yesu, ninakungoja.
thinking today, I'm going to stick with the empty tomb. And I want to make a big deal out of that. And I know for most of us evangelical Christians, we are very familiar and very comfortable with the space of the cross and the death of Christ. But we don't think too much about the resurrection. And yet, if Christ had died and remained dead, there would be nothing for us to celebrate.
This is NTV.
Yayo from county number 11, and that is Isiolo County, the land of camel milk and meat. I have a name. Apparently, I'm from the Gar community. My name is Arbe, which means stoic, but perhaps more popularly known as Olive Barrows.
And I'm Dan Mwangi. I'm yet to get an Isiolo-centric name, but by the time we're finishing with this Texas edition, I probably will have one. And thank you for joining us on NTV Weekend Edition. We are guaranteeing you that you're going to have an excellent weekend with us. There's a lot to learn and experience from this county, that is county number 11.
All right, let's get straight to the highlights.
Tonight, the numbers are rising and so are underlying concerns.
People are dropping dead.
Mmoja wa truck alikuwa ameweka gari kwa parking hapo na akashuka. Alikuwa amekaa pale chini akipumzika. Hapo ni pale chini akacollapse na akaaga dunia.
Government out on a limb as it tries hard to downplay the threat.
We have even identified land from mass graves. If people die, too many of them.
Also tonight, Nairobi Governor Mike Sonko has a hangover. Now he claims the executive is drunk with power.
First of all, I'm not a politician. I'm an administrator and a KDF personnel. So I don't get engaged in politics. I have no problem with the governor.
Plus,
NTV is back on the road.
NTV is back on the road.
Tunajichunga, tunakaa, corona iko, mimi najua corona iko.
Isiolo's COVID-19 war, building on infrastructure, and just why Isiolo is called Texas.
Juu ya climate yake mazee na environment yake.
Na Texas apili ni miraa.
And on Bullseye, the making of Maji Rebellion. Gatherings of the youthful and the happy, and smoking out the DP's men in Mulembela.
Mnatupia tia gas kila wakati. Leo hii
ndugu Paranya yuko na mkutano kubwa kule Kakamega. Mbona hamwezi kwenda kutupa huko tia kazi?
Well, Diana, actually, being a Gabra tonight, I should have said Babaro Dadado, and you should have said...
Yayo.
Yayo.
Yayo. You know, it's not the, Black American yayo.
Yeah.
It's yayo, and that is from the Borana. And our sign language interpreter tonight is Flora Atieno. And tonight, the confirmed coronavirus caseload has surpassed the 16,000 mark with a confirmation of another 667 new infections today. The new cases are from 5,075 samples tested in the last 24 hours. 393 of the new patients are male and 274 are female. They are aged between 1 month and 92 years.
Let's take a look at the recoveries now, and 311 more people have recovered from the disease, raising the tally for recoveries to 7,446. Sadly, 11 more patients have died in the last 24 hours for a cumulative toll of 274. Nairobi County once again has recorded the highest number of cases at 387, followed by Kajiado with 79, Machakos with 47, Kiambu with 40, Mombasa with 26, Nakuru 15, and Uasin Gishu County 14. You can tell from those numbers that Kajiado and Kiambu and Machakos are coming up really fast.
Yeah, and actually the Kiambu governor had a few days ago just expressed the concern that, this is actually becoming a serious problem. And today's press briefing on the state of affairs as regards the COVID-19 pandemic left many questions than it provided answers.
Well, the Chief Administrative Secretary, Mercy Mwangangi, confirms that Kenyans are mysteriously dropping dead, but she's asking you not to panic. Why?
Well, because no one knows whether they are COVID-19 patients, and with a higher number of confirmed patients reporting mild to no symptoms, it may be difficult to tell the full extent of infection, and Eunice Omola will be giving us the story in just a bit.
All right, now to another grave concern.
Yeah.
And we'll get to that in a little bit. Let's first of all hear what Eunice Omolo's concerns are.
Okay.
In what has sent shockwaves among the community and the nation at large, a truck driver collapsed and died mysteriously while waiting for clearance at the Busia border.
Ya kushika ile mwili kwa sababu kulingana na janga la COVID-19. Saizi mmoja paka watu kwa sababu kulingana na janga hapa Busia tangu wanaanza kutaja viti ya COVID-19. Unapata wengi wale drivers wanatestiwa wanapata kwa na corona.
Wanasema ni kama kwamba alikuwa amezidiwa na kupumua na alikuwa na kikombe cha maji kwa mkono wake.
But this is not the first case, at least according to the government.
And we've repeatedly announced in some, past press briefings that we've actually identified COVID-19 patients posthumously after they've passed on. We've been able to take their sample.
The other reason it might not be easy to tell is the limited extent of our testing and the fact that 89% of reported cases are asymptomatic. At a time when several Kenyans are reporting being turned away when they seek a COVID-19 test, the government admits it is limited in the capacity.
It says that in terms of our testing strategy, we've often, informed you that in national government, the testing emanates from what is known as our Emergency Operations Center. Our Emergency Operations Center cases is in cases where we are conducting targeted testing. For example, testing of healthcare workers, testing of other frontline workers, people in security, testing of different government institutions, most recently the courts.
What we have been getting from the media is our numbers based on those who are tested. Remember that that is not accurate reflection of those who are infected per se. If you ask me, in terms of the numbers that we are seeing in Kenya now, I would suggest that those numbers are less than 10%.
Among those infected is government spokesperson Sarah Suguna. Uguna says through a statement, and I quote, "Recently, having come from an assignment out of town, I developed mild coronavirus symptoms and got tested. The results came back positive for coronavirus and I'm now receiving medical care." End of quote.
Of expecting that, officers or any individual, even yourselves, would release the results, really. It requires some better management in terms of respecting individual rights. but also realizing that by drumming all that up, it does also aid in creating the stigma.
But as he receives treatment, reports of yet another high-ranking government official being in isolation treatment at a top city hospital are emerging. Eunice Omolo, NTV, Nairobi.
On to that shocking statement I mentioned earlier, and a shocking concern by none other than the head of the Council of Governors on how some counties are preparing for the worst by acquiring land for cemeteries, and it stirred up a storm. This comes just days before President Uhuru Kenyatta convenes a meeting with the county chiefs to assess their level of preparedness.
Now, but as they chart the way forward, Leila Mohammed asks, whose graves are they digging?
A remarkable moment of candor, the Council of Governors Chairman Wycliffe Oparanya said these words.
We must just be careful as counties. We have even identified land for mass graves. If people die, too many of them, we can't afford to be carrying them to their homes. We'll be able just to bury them somewhere. We have identified two parcels of land, one around here and one in the south, that in case we have a spike like we have in America and in the European countries.
Oparanya's words may have lifted the lead on what appears to be general feeling within the leadership elite, that is, leaving everything to fate while preparing for the worst by digging mass graves. But days later, and Oparanya says he was misquoted.
I'm preparing this town to be a city in the near future. And one of the necessities for a town to be a city is to have a proper cemetery at a particular place. So if I say I'm looking for a cemetery near the forest there so that we move out of town, what is the problem? Some people take it as an issue. And we have even not bought it, we have not even spent money on it. And it's also part of the preparedness requirement for the COVID-19.
But by virtue of his position, the COG chairman is privy to information that the general public does not. And while counties may be flaunting facilities and all manner of equipment as preparedness, the truth of the matter is many counties are not up to par. In Embu County, Governor Martin Wambora is fighting off media reports that his administration may not have put in place proper preventive measures to treat those with the disease and curb the spread.
Embu County has 340 isolation beds, and we have 18 ICU beds. 18. We have 7 ventilators.
No precise information has been offered on the true state of affairs in the counties, and every time they step out to do so, it is general and vague.
26 counties have attained isolation facilities with 300 bed capacity. Cumulatively, we have a total of 447 ICU beds. Cumulatively, total of 437 ventilators across the county.
President Uhuru Kenyatta will convene an intergovernmental meeting between the national and county governments next week to evaluate the preparedness of the devolved units. And going by the alarming surge of infections, extreme preventive measures are not too difficult to contemplate. Leila Mohammed, NTV.
Sticking with county preparations, the Nairobi Metropolitan Services says it plans to build tens of health facilities across the capital, more so in informal settlements, to supplement designated health centers in the treatment and isolation of COVID-19 patients.
The capital county has been reporting a surge in new cases in the last few days, pointing to a likely alarming extent of infections. Ruth Armoi has more.
For months now, Nairobi County has remained the epicenter of the coronavirus in the country, with more than 9,000 confirmed cases this far and an alarming rate of community infections. Aware that the worst may yet to be on the way, the Nairobi Metropolitan Services say it is now putting in place measures to reduce loss of life.
Are now in the process of building 24 hospitals within the informal settlements. So by end of September, there will be new facilities in the informal settlements that will not only help the health standards of these informal settlement, but they will also assist in isolation because they will have inpatient capacity within those hospitals.
Korogosho, Kibera, Mathare and Mukuru slums, where social distancing is too difficult to achieve due to overcrowding, are among the estates to benefit from the planned project.
We feel that the setup of these hospitals will be a game changer for Nairobi. We will have level 2 hospitals and we'll also have level 3 hospitals, and highly focused to providing essential services in these areas.
Some administrative offices are also to be turned into makeshift health facilities to boost the fight. NMS boss Mohamed Badi says some existing hospitals will also be expanded to boost their capacity and resources.
We are expanding Mama Lucy Hospital. We are expanding Bagavi to include 18 new beds and 10 beds, 18 new beds in Mama Lucy and 10 beds in Bagavi.
But as they get down to work, the virus is still spreading rapidly within the capital. Of 667 cases confirmed Friday, more than half, at 387, are in Nairobi alone. And this is just from targeted testing. Ruth Sarmoi, NTV.
Well, that is Badi, but there's somebody who I don't think is too much of his body, and that is Nairobi Governor Mike Sonko, who has written to the Attorney General and the Devolution Ministry giving a notice of intent to withdraw from the deed of transfer in which he signed away key functions of his government to the Executive Office of the President.
Sonko accuses the State House of coercing him to sign the deed without prior consultation or evaluation, as Zainab Ismail reports.
Through a flurry of social media posts, Nairobi Governor Mike Sonko now claims he was in a drunken stupor before signing away key functions of the county to the national government. He wasn't aware of what he was signing, he claims. Unnamed people inside State House served him alcohol, which disoriented his mental faculties, he adds. His lawyer now says NMS is taking over everything.
The governor has reached the end of the tether. The Metropolitan Service has no legal basis, no legal existence, but has purported to usurp the powers of the Nairobi City County government through the deed of transfer.
In the notice of declaration of a dispute between the county and the national government addressed to the Attorney General and the Devolution Ministry, as seen by NTV, the governor cites an illegal takeover of the county by means of the deed of transfer. Sonko says he received a telephone call on the 25th of February directing him to go to State House for an urgent matter. It is then, he says, that he was handed a pen and asked to sign the transfer under duress. And further says he could not refuse, as such an act would have been read as disrespect, insubordination and perhaps treasonable. But in the wake of the scramble for the capital, NMS Director General Mohamed Badi says he will not be dragged into a political circus.
First of all, I'm not a politician. I'm an administrator and a KDF personnel. I have no problem with the governor. He is still the governor of Nairobi. I'm only performing the duties of the 4 transferred functions, and mine is service delivery.
Only a day ago, this house in Lavington became the center of attention. Mike Sonko took possession of on Tuesday and was in the process of refurbishing it into his official residence when General Badi struck.
Lands is a transferred function to NMS, so that area belongs to NMS. As we are talking, that area has been sealed off and nobody is going to claim that house or that land.
Sonko did not take it lightly, saying on social media, and I quote, "If you want to fight, go to Somalia and fight with Al-Shabaab. And if you want to become the governor, wait for 2022 to vie." Whether you're a military man or not, you must respect the rule of law as provided for in Article 187(2)(b. Zainab Ismail, NTV.
Over the past few months, our country has stood together to keep the COVID numbers down. The numbers are important because they decide how the story unfolds. At Safaricom, our numbers also tell a story of hope, resilience, and recovery. Every day, new numbers tell us the same story, that we never let what we can't do come in the way of what we can. Let's keep going.
Here we are, living in the moment. And here we are, dreaming in the open. Now look around, isn't this a new day? Make a move, doing things a new way. A new way. 'Cause this is our world, and this is our time. These are our plans, we're gonna let them shine. This is our place in the human race. So we won't stop dreaming, no we won't stop dreaming.
The future of our nation relies on your dreams and our steel. Tononoka Group, at the core of every construction.
You have worked so hard. Now your project is nearing completion. You now need to crown your labor. For over 50 years, East African Cables has been a premier manufacturer of high-quality electrical cables, manufactured to international standards for the region, giving you the reliability and safety you deserve. We manufacture an extensive range of power cables for applications in domestic and industrial wiring. Our work speaks for itself. Get in touch. Let's talk cables. Kumbuka, wire see wire. East African Cables, connecting lives.
For a better tomorrow, don't forget to do the 1, 2, 3 with Colgate every night.
Mambo mengine sio rahisi, lakini kupata 50% extra airtime ya kukona kwa SMS ya Safaricom, mambo ni 1-3.
Pata 50% extra credo bila expiry ya kupiga na ku-SMS across networks. Piga *444* scratch card pin hash, na kama ni M-Pesa *444*2#. Safaricom for you.
Welcome back to NTV Weekend Edition, and this is the Texas edition, and we shall be letting you know why Isiolo is called Texas in just a bit. We are back like we never left. It's a windy night, to be honest. It's quite windy, but you know, it will not blow us away. We still stay on air. Now to a sad story, and the President of Kenya, that's Uhuru Kenyatta, has declared 3 days of national mourning from Monday in honor of the late Tanzanian President Benjamin William Mkapa, who died on Thursday.
The messages of condolences have been flowing in honor of the man who was part of the 2007 post-election violence peace process.
Mzee wetu Mzee Benjamin William Mkapa, rais wa awamu ya 3, amefariki.
President John Pombe Magufuli's announcement to Tanzania and indeed the world, the death of a man who served as head of state before him and one who he eulogized as a leader who chose to serve the people till his last breath.
Niwaombe wa Tanzania tulipokee hili.
Raisi mstaafu Benjamin Mkapa is reported to have succumbed to an illness at a hospital in Dar es Salaam, Tanzania. The nature of his illness was not revealed in the announcement, but the head of state has declared a period of mourning as state burial plans commence.
Taarifa zingine zitaendelea kutolewa, lakini Mzee Mkapa hatunaye tena.
The late Mkapa is mourned not only in Tanzania but across the continent as well. In Kenya, his efforts to bring peace during the country's darkest moments continue to be felt. Kenya's third President Mwai Kibaki, whose handshake with the opposition leader Raila Odinga was witnessed and partly made possible by the late Mkapa, eulogized the late as one of Africa's most distinguished sons, who at some point or other mediated peace talks in the region, including Kenya, and no doubt valued and worked towards a more tranquil Africa. Raila Odinga remembers Mkapa as a true friend of Kenya and a Pan-Africanist. He goes ahead to eulogize the fallen leader as one who Kenya will keep fond memories of, especially for his mediation efforts.
International cooperation.
President Uhuru Kenyatta, in his message, described the departed leader as an outstanding East African who worked tirelessly for the integration, peace, and progress of the region. Born in 1938, the late was the country's third president after independence. The late has also authored several books, among them My Life, My Purpose. Tanzania will hold a period of 7 days of mourning, during which the national flag will be flown at half-mast. Leila Mohammed, NTV.
Na tuendelee kumwombea mzee wetu.
The Board of Directors, Nation Media Group and its subsidiary Mwananchi Communications Limited extends its earnest condolence to the people of Tanzania and to the family of the late former President Benjamin William Mkapa's family.
Now, Mkapa is credited for many achievements in Tanzania and the East African region. And for example, during his time in leadership, he championed the reestablishment of the East African community together with the leadership of Kenya under the late Daniel Arap Moi and Uganda's President Yoweri Museveni in the year 2000.
Well, I actually just learned today that Mkapa was an accomplished journalist, and it was during his leadership when journalism was elevated, and for the first time Tanzania started offering degree courses in journalism.
And in the NMG statement, it's clearly put out that it would be remiss if we did not mention the fact that it was Mkapa who invited the Nation Media Group to set up shop in Tanzania, and for that we shall forever remain indebted to him for his foresight. And that is a statement signed off by the group chairman, that is Wilfred Kiboro.
All right, the coronavirus is changing burial traditions across cultures, from washing of the body of a loved one to gathering of mourners.
Now, what have these changes been like for frontline health workers who have to ensure burials are carried out in accordance with the WHO guidelines?
Well, NTV's Zacchaeus Masame sought out answers from two of them working in Bungoma County.
The coronavirus has no doubt upended daily life, but it has also changed how we say goodbye to loved ones. Health workers like Caleb Kipsang and Violet Pembere have always been there to help families manage the most tragic moments of their lives, sometimes offering a shoulder to lean on and accommodating their needs as they grieve. But they can no longer offer that shoulder.
Ni kwamba wanakuona wewe ni kama wewe ni corona mwenyewe. Utapata kwamba unapoteza marafiki. Wale marafiki wa karibu hata kukutana wao inakuwa ni vigumu.
Ukweli tunatengwa sana. Saizi tuko na marafiki wachache.
even our own colleagues. Sahi tumetengwa, kukutana na mtu hai anasonga mbali sana, hataki hata muongee venye mlikuwa mnaongea kitambo.
For Kipsang, who has to carry out the grim task of laying the dead to rest under these extraordinary circumstances, the changes have been rather new to him. He tells us that it is against the custom for a young man to oversee the burial of an elderly man. But that doesn't matter now.
Kuna wakati mtu amekufa, lakini huu mtu pengine ni mzee wa jamii fulani. Na unapata katika jamii zetu tuko na itikada za kijamii. Na kuna watu watasema kwamba mzee haziku ya asubuhi kwa sababu kawaida corona, mtu wa corona inafaa ziko saa ngapi? Mara mingi tumekuwa tukizika saa 2 asubuhi, saa 1 au saa 3. Lakini jamii fulani itakwambia sisi mzee wetu azikwe asubuhi, amefika miaka 60. Huyu ni mzee anafaa kuzikwa saa 10, saa 11 jioni.
Hatukuwa tuna expect kutakuwa na mazishi na nini. Lakini wakati inapotokea inabidi mfanye, sababu hakuna mtu mwingine atafanya. Na iwapo wengine watafanya, unaona utakuwa unahatarisha maisha yao na ya familia yao. Sembuse familia yako na marafiki.
Death in the time of the coronavirus is lonely and silent. And it's even more so for these health workers who have to put their lives on the line to ensure families say goodbye to their loved ones without putting their lives in danger. Zacchaeus Masame, NTV, Bungoma.
Now, coming from the county of Bungoma, now back to Isiolo County, where we are and where we shall be for this weekend on the Texas edition. And this is the county that has been known to be dry and not so developed. This has its ramifications, you know, less jobs and few opportunities for investment and growth. But a block at a time, the county is witnessing more infrastructure projects in different sectors.
Melita Oletenges kicks off at the stadium, then makes a stop at the market, then goes down the road and touches down at the airport.
They say development is built on the shoulders of infrastructure. The journey is still on for the county of Isiolo, which hosts various infrastructure projects. The county sports various sports persons with interest among many increasing. This is said to be one of the reasons why the county embarked on the construction of the Isiolo Sports Stadium, much to the delight of the sports lovers.
Tumepata lights, tumeshukuru sana, tumeona kitu ambaye tuko tunatarajia miaka mingi sana. Leo tumeona kama ni ndoto.
The 348 million shilling stadium is expected to tap talent from a county that has produced some of the best sports persons, including some in the National League. It will comprise of a tartan track, a football pitch, spectators' terrace, among other facilities. Some had raised concern over the delay in completion.
Project ilianza May last year na imeendelea vizuri. Phase 1 ndio hiyo unaona iko almost over 80% complete kwa sababu baada hii imeisha wataweka ile cover ya juu.
Next to the stadium is the Isiolo Ultramodern Market, which is also under construction. The 540 million shilling two-story building is expected to host up to 4,000 traders once complete. It is an improvement from the current market and will also accommodate traders working in the open air under extreme weather.
Na hiyo watu wote tunategemea hii soko ijae tuingie ndani.
In Isiolo town and its outskirts, upgrading of urban access roads and street improvement through cabro works is ongoing. Apart from making transportation easier, it has also painted some beauty on the once rugged town.
Sasa tuomba governor sasa kwa zile nafasi zingine bado hazijapata cabros, azidi kutuwekea cabros ili biashara zetu zikapate kuboresha zaidi.
870 million shillings has also been set aside for the construction of the county headquarters, including the governor's office. The county assembly offices are also under construction.
We are renting many buildings outside there. But now if we want to have our own buildings, then we are going to save. And rather than using that money to pay rent, we will channel it to the other basic services like the health, the education sector, the agriculture and livestock.
Amid various challenges, the county is looking to take off and soar, with the Isiolo airport set to connect the resort city to the world beyond its borders. However, it still operates below capacity years on, as many clutch onto the hope that it will fulfill its promise to bolster tourism and facilitate cargo transport for exports. It is evident that counties are enjoying the fruits of devolved governments. Years back, such structures were only but a dream in Isiolo County, but today the dream is coming to life. Milita Oletenges, NTV, Isiolo County.
Dan, I've been wondering ever since we set out for Isiolo, why is this the Texas edition?
Well, because Isiolo is called Texas. And Seth Olale takes us into the minds of those who live here, the residents, to tell us what exactly is the reason behind Isiolo being called Texas.
Isiolo County number 011. From the real Texas state, thousands of kilometers from where I'm standing, to this mini Texas situated 235 kilometers from Nairobi. And this is why it's called Texas Isiolo.
Mtaa yetu inaitwa Texas juu ya climate yake mazee na environment yake inafanana kama ya Texas. Wale wase wa mafarasi. So hata ukicheki hii para inakaa kama wase wa Texas.
Kama Nairobi ndogo. Watu washazoea Texas ni Nairobi ndogo.
Kwa sababu Texas ni vumbi kama Texas America. Ile miti ya Texas inamemea hapo. Inaoleta Texas. Na Texas ya pili ni miraa.
Hapa ni ghetto tu, ni Texas. Ni vijana vile wametolea tu. Yeah.
Kivipi?
Iko miraa, iko vitu mingi sana. Sasa ni ghetto. Unaonaje hiyo upepo?
Sababu ya miraa. Sababu sisi tuko na maendeleo hapa na Wamero jirani yetu. Tangu zamani tunaishi nao pamoja. Hapo ndo sasa sisi tunasema ni Texas town kidogo Nairobi Isiolo.
Babu, hii Isiolo vile tumeitango hivyo ni miraa. Hii miti sijui tumeona kama ni kitu mzuri. Ilikaa kama Amerika. Tuko Amerika tu. Kwa hii Isiolo. Na watu ni wengi, kabila ni wengi na tusabui, tupanguse. Hakuna ukabila.
From Texas Isiolo with love, County 011. Seth Olale, NTV, Isiolo Town.
Well, at least now I can say I've been to Texas.
Well, yeah, and there's actually a lady who said to go United States of America. Well, and in America, you know what they say? They say Isiolo. Or you could take the break now.
I have no comeback from that. Well, we leave you with a heartwarming tale of two birds.
Now, during a video shoot at a bird park in Singapore, a 3-month-old blue-eyed bird cockatoo and a 4-month-old red-fronted macaw cuddled up and close and nestled their heads together.
The two juvenile chicks are especially close because they've been together since they were hatched. Now that's a true friendship. Both bird species are endangered and threatened in the wild.
We'll be back after this windy break.
So that's why they're very close.
Over the past few months, our country has stood together to keep the COVID numbers down. The numbers are important because they decide how the story unfolds. At Safaricom, our numbers also tell a story of hope, resilience, and recovery. Every day, new numbers tell us the same story, that we never let what we can't do come in the way of what we can. Let's keep going.
What makes a Kenyan dental mom powerful?
I encourage my kids to learn new things, and if they get hurt, I rely on the power of my Dettol's One Capful. To fight germs, it's like my own first aid kit.
My family needs protection from germs.
I use the power of Dettol's One Capful to disinfect surfaces and clothes to keep them clean and safe from germs.
I trust the power of Dettol's One Capful for bathing. The power of Dettol's One Capful protects from up to 100 illness-causing germs.
Dettol, Kenya's #1 antiseptic for fighting germs. Become a powerful Kenyan mom with Dettol. Be 100% sure.
So vile nasema, wacha nikubatie statistics. Niko na gamia 1,500. Tunakuwa drapo gamia na kuwa 6,000. 2,000 natengeneza leather, natengeneza viatu, wallet, kibeti, nauza hapa, na batia wewe 50%. Wacha niweke credit nikupigie.
Namna gani wewe? Hii mambo ya kuishiwa na credit kila saa. Come on. Nunua hiyo simu ya Vodafone. Calling fiber to fiber is 0 shillings per minute. And it is not expensive. Only 2,999 Kenya shillings.
Alo hali wa. Hata fadhali hiyo credit ikae ninunue simu basi.
Faibika leo na Vodafone for only 2,999 Kenya shillings. It will always be free to call fiber to fiber.
Happy anniversary.
Baba Nancy, hebu acha nikuulize. Mbona hii mabati kina dad na mam bado inakaa mpya? Na hii nyumba imekuwa hapa for so many years. Na pia umelelewa hapa na sisi tumejenga tu juzi tu.
Wow, imagine hata leo sija notice.
Rufus, wewe ni fundi wangu wa miaka mingi sana. Haya mabati yatadumu kweli?
Huyu kijana nilimwambia anunue mabati ya Dumuzas. Sijui ini gani alinunua na alitoa wapi.
Hebu angalia vile mabati yako yanakaa. Hata haijamaliza mwaka. Unaona huyu fundi? Hii nyumba yangu alinijengea kitambo. Naangalia paa bado linang'ara na limedumu.
Usibahatishe mabati. Hakikisha umeangalia alama za kudhibitisha Dumuzas halisi. Chagua Dumuzas, mabati inayodumu kudumu na inapatikana kwa hardware iliyo karibu nawe. Isitoshe, Dumuzas ndio mabati pekee inayokuja na warranty.
Sitaki tena kubahatisha.
Na sasa tuko same WhatsApp.
Hii WhatsApp ni nini?
Sona moja imetengenezwa kwa njia spesheli ili kupambana na maumivu kwa haraka. Sona moja ina aspirin kama kiungo. Sona moja, kitulizo kamili. Maumivu yakizidi, pata ushauri wa daktari.
Get this and more Christian music only on Angaza Music. Get Angaza Music for 10 bob daily inclusive of 50 MB data bundle. Dial *544#, then select option 6 on your Safaricom line. Angaza Music. Baraka mkononi.
NTV Business News in association with Kenya Ports Authority, growing business, enriching lives.
Welcome back to NTV Weekend Edition, and it's time to get down to business. It's been a while, but I'm glad to be back, and let's now make sense of all that's making sense. The Kenya Mortgage Refinance Company expects to issue a corporate bond within 2021 as it looks to raise capital to finance its pipeline of projects. According to the Chief Executive Officer, the company has identified 50 billion shillings worth of investable opportunities as the long-term mortgage finance company kickstarts its operations. Judith Cherono with more.
Mr. Speaker,
in his June 2020 budget speech, Treasury Cabinet Secretary revealed that the Kenya Mortgage Refinance Company, KMRC, had mobilized 2 billion shillings in capital and was ready to begin extending long-term financing to mortgage financiers in Kenya. KMRC's Chief Executive Officer, Johnson Oltetia, now says the commencement of operations should be a game change in Kenya's 225 billion shillings commercial banks mortgage market.
When you look at the situation in our market in the recent past, you realize that while banks have liquidity, the kind of liquidity they have is short-term. And the liquidity we are actually talking about is deposits.
Oltetia says that the KMRC will within the next 2 years be tapping into the capital markets to mobilize additional capital to help finance its agenda of facilitating access to affordable financing.
So that is essentially the first phase of our capital raising. For sustainability, however, KMRC will have to go to the capital markets and issue bonds for purposes of raising additional capital. And that obviously is the kind of capital that KMRC will be raising from time to time.
Despite the general slowdown in the corporate bond market, Oltetia is confident that the issuance of KMRC will attract considerable investor appetite. The company expects that strong credit ratings will boost the issuance.
Yields for government securities have been going down, and that's actually good for a corporate because the government securities are essentially the risk-free instrument on which you price up your bond. Initially, it will be a challenge for a corporate like MRC because it's a new institution and doesn't have a track record. But we are essentially planning to replace our track record with some kind of credit enhancement.
Kenya has only 26,000 mortgages, with majority of would-be homeowners locked out of lending due to the high cost of credit. KMRC is now expected to change the landscape by facilitating access to affordable credit. Judith Chirono, NTV.
TPS East Africa's business has reported a 640 million shilling loss for the 6 months ended June 2020 as the business is battered by the COVID-19 pandemic. The company's loss has widened from 160 million shillings reported in the same period in 2019, with its revenue having fallen by 59% to 1.1 billion shillings. The company's management is now banking on the gradual reopening of regional economies, which it says will allow it to resume operations in some of its outlets spread across the region. TPS East Africa has also issued a profit warning for the period ending December 2020, indicating its loss is expected to worsen in the months ahead. Seems it's bad news everywhere. We pray for the best. Now, outgoing World Trade Organization Director General Roberto Azevedo has cautioned against hasty reform of the World Trade Body. In his final press conference, he says that big bang reform is not the way forward for the World Trade Organization. Hopefuls for the WTO Director General position, including Kenya's Sports Cabinet Secretary Amina Mohamed, have anchored their bid for the job on an aggressive reform agenda. Candidates for the job made their pitch in Geneva last week. Now, Azevedo announced in mid-May that he would end his second term 12 months earlier than expected.
That I don't believe that a big bang reform is the way forward. We need to do things progressively, taking steps, sure steps, and constant steps in the right direction.
Electricity distributor, that's Kenya Power, has entered into a partnership with telecommunications company Safaricom to allow consumers to redeem bonga points in paying their electricity bills. Kenya Power's 7.1 million customers will now be able to purchase electricity tokens or pay their power bills at a rate of 20 cents for every bonga point. This is yet another intervention aimed at cushioning households from the adverse effects of COVID-19. This initiative comes at a time when Kenya Power is grappling with depressed electricity sales as the business environment takes a beating from the COVID-19 shock. And so far, Kenyans have redeemed at least 1 billion bonga points through the Bonga for Good initiative, which allowed redemption of bonga points for foodstuffs.
NTV Business News in association with Kenya Ports Authority.
Hello, I'm Captain Cargo. For questions and to discover more, visit me at www.kpa.co.ke/Captain Cargo.
Well, that's it for business. I'm done, but I'm not done with NTV Weekend Edition. We shall be back after the break. But before we get there, first, it's very windy around here, so I'm feeling a bit awkward. I have this thing keeping on flying this way. I feel like I have a weave. But we'll get into some about male grooming a bit later. Now, here's a moment of calm for you as we head into another break. Hundreds of hot air balloons took to the skies, flying over the Chambly-Bourget airbase in northeastern France. This was during the International Hot Air Balloon Meeting, which took place before the COVID-19 pandemic. Enjoy the view, and we'll be back shortly.
Oya ni aje, mimi ndo Jonte Fresh. Mimi ndio nimetambulika hii Gikomba yote sekta ya manguo. Jumio transform nguo ordinary za mtush zenye ziuka mna hii harufu ya bail into the freshest igikosi yote. Siri ni hii Rio mpya ya pink. Na kushow mtush zinang'ara kung'ara kushinda kamera. So clean, so fresh. Ma customer unaisana na hii story. Ninatumia aerial touch of down mpya tu.
Explorers of the night, wale wase wa kuhustle usiku, kustreama movies, music mix diehards, and gaming fanatics. We've heard you. It is now your time to fly your flag high. Do what you love, mpaka che na Telkom. Join Usiku Sako with Telkom night bundles that allow you rule the night at prices you love. Join our tribe, Usiku Sako Squad. Just dial *544# from your Telkom line and select the night bundle of your dreams. You are the legend the night needs.
Beat sensitivity pain fast with Sensodyne Rapid Action for clinically proven relief in 60 seconds.
NTV is back on the road, and this weekend the destination is county number 11.
Karibuni hapa Isiolo NTV.
Karibisha sana NTV hapa tauni yetu ya Isiolo.
Kwa tunaangalia kwa kina na urefu swala zima la afya, county imejiandaa vipi katika kukabiliana na janga la corona.
We are launching 3 more ambulances. Now we have 10 ambulances.
You only live once, you know, it's YOLO. If this is your thing, then there could be something for you to enjoy in Isiolo, which boasts some tourism attractions.
Kwa upande mmoja, mifugo ni kiungo muhimu hapa. Lakini kwa upande mwingine, wanawekeza sana katika miundo misingi tofauti.
What is the state of education in the county? We have a lot for you to learn on the Texas edition of NTV on the road.
Texas flavor jedani, Texas jedani, diada.
Get free access to digital learning today. For primary and secondary students, one can now access learning and revision materials that has been approved by KICD. Dial *291# and subscribe to Safaricom Digital Learning and Shupavu 291 today. Tufungue njia, elimu iendelee.
Thank you for staying with us on NTV Weekend Edition from County number 11.
Now, the slow turnaround of relaying results of samples tested for COVID-19 is a ticking time bomb.
In Isiolo, for instance, the county government says there are close to 100 pending results, and with every passing day, the contact tracing grows into a bigger nightmare, and so does the possible infections. This, however, has not stopped the county healthcare sector from making some notable strides.
The beeps that keep the reality of disease alive, and in this day, COVID-19. The pandemic has thrown a curveball at many and exposed the shortcomings in the health sector, with counties inevitably having to adjust and adapt.
As we speak, we have 101 beds for isolation, comparing to our population of 268,000 as per the last census. We are far much ahead.
We are prepared. We have the PPEs, we have enough knowledge to cater for the patient in ICU.
While the county counts its gains in the pandemic war, there are some strains that present a real challenge and an even realer risk.
And the matter that is complicating the whole issue is about testing, where we collect samples. We are having 91 samples up to now pending. You wait for 7-8 days. By the time this result come back, you discover this person is a positive. Contact tracing becomes a big issue.
The coronavirus disease has seen hospitals stretched as they still have to attend to other patients. The expansion of the Isiolo County Referral Hospital has helped make life easier for residents.
Imesaidia wakaaji wa hapa sana, walikuwa wanaenda wengine Meru, wengine wanaenda hospitali Kenyatta, lakini saa hii wanapata matibabu hapa Isiolo.
Ali Galgalo lies on his bed in the renal unit. He is receiving treatment. He began having kidney problems early this year. He is still in need of additional advanced treatment.
Niko young sana, niko 18 years old. Ungependa tusaidie ku transplant. Since we don't manage to transplant kidney.
As technology proves to provide more efficient solutions, hospitals are increasingly adopting it. At ICRH, the computerized tomography scan or CT scan is among the employed meeting points of technology and medicine.
So kama vile ukipata wale watu ambao wana accidents sana mingi zile za pikipiki, wengi ambao wako na zile brain bleed kwa brain. So hii ndio mashine ambayo inasaidia sana kwa kuangalia. Then kuna wale patients wa saratani.
While there are positives being recorded in the healthcare circles, it is not so for those who need the fruit of blood banks, as they are running low on supply in this pandemic time.
Now, Olive, when I say to you that I have beef with you, what does that mean?
Now you have a problem with me.
Why so negative? You know, there is a possibility that's actually a positive thing, because it could mean you're sharing a meal of, slaughtered cow. We're having beef together.
I'm not sure I buy that. But anyway, speaking of change and beef, there has been something along those lines here in Isiolo. An abattoir, one of the largest in the country, is being built and is almost complete.
It will process about 500,000 animals a year, and Molita Oletenges tells us about the abattoir.
This herd of livestock is one among many through which pastoral communities contribute to satisfying the demand for meat in the country. In the county of Isiolo, where 70% of the population depends on rearing livestock, over 1 billion shillings has been pumped into the construction of an abattoir.
The capacity of this slaughterhouse can kill 1,000 sheep and goats per day, and it can kill 200 cattle and also 50 to 100 camels per day.
The abattoir boasts of a 50-acre feedlot, layages, holding pens for livestock, cooling systems, and the main slaughter area. Hides and skins will also be processed here. The slaughterhouse was recently picked for the World Bank's 800 million shilling funding.
They found Isiolo abattoir. Structure-wise, 95% was complete, and the remaining works were mainly on equipping the facility. So Isiolo came out to be top.
The county government of Isiolo recently launched more livestock sale yards to boost livestock trade in the region. With the growing capacity, the abattoir is targeting the Middle East market with ripple effects including job creation.
Tunaona kama hiyo mfugo yetu yote itaenda kuhusika kwa huko. Ni tunafaidika hiyo kina mama, ni wale wa kijana hana kazi. Ni mimi nafikiri tunafaidika kwa hiyo sababu ya hiyo abattoir.
Kila siku nafungulia kesho hakuna kitu inaendelea. Mpaka hata watu wamesinzia na hii silota kabisa, mpaka tumeshindwa. Sababu tunaomba serikali kama ameamuka akuja tuendeshe hii silota.
For pastoralist communities, rearing of livestock is their main economic activity. Once complete, the Isiolo abattoir will turn around their economic fortunes as they seek to venture both into the local and international markets. Melita Oletenges, NTV, Isiolo County.
So, Dan, speaking of meat and abattoirs, there is a bullfighting contest in the land of Mulembe. But the difference is this one is that there are no real bulls involved.
Just political opportunists. You see, it's all about who emerges the strong man after the COVID crisis, and as one journalist would put it, it's smoking, quite literally.
Well, there are three sides to this contest, and as Emmanuel Juma reports on Bullseye, it seems one side is disadvantaged right from the onset.
Boni, boni, boni. Fire in the land of Mulembe, it seems, and Boni and company are taking extraordinary measures. Just call it the Majimaji rebellion. It is the fight for the heart and minds of the people of Mulembe.
Sisi kama wanao kongamana kwa jina ya Deputy President, hatupanduki.
And verily I say unto you, the house of Mulembe could as well be on political fire. But then, there are three sides to the conflict.
Mnatupia tia gas kila wakati. Leo hii, ndugu Paranya, yuko na mkutano kubwa kule Kakamega. Mbona hamwezi kwenda kutupa huko tia gas pia?
There is this one led by Boni Kalware. Then, there is this one. One led by the so-called youth, the only ones allowed to dance at close proximity during these times.
Isipokuwa hivyo, msimame pamoja ama kila mtu atanyolewa akiwa peke yake.
And then there is this one. A group led by Oparanya and CS Wamalwa.
Sasa Waluhya hapa tunaharibu nini? Jameni, nyinyi mko hapa mmeketi. Nini tumeharibu hapa?
The only way they will bring order is if they stop the Uhuru Raila associated meetings. Then we will accept for them to stop ours.
Gentlemen, talk to each other.
Let's not cheat ourselves. Ukiwa na wanaume wawili wanataka msichana moja, na wewe unataka kuambia wanaume wakuije pamoja wakae chini waamue nani anachukua msichana. Hiyo inawezekana kweli?
And Wamalwa is ready to move to the next level in the search for this msichana.
Enough of lamentation. Let us now move to implementation.
And to implement, they have been gathering them in their numbers just to pass the message. In the process, breaking the rules. Oparanya, who is the bad boy here?
Despite the stringent guidelines of COVID-19, the political class remained the weak link in the fight by flouting the rules.
Well, well.
Na sio tu ati wafuasi wa Ruto ndio wanaweza kuathirika na COVID peke yake.
Nilikuwa nikifukuzwa kwa chama cha ANC kwa sababu nilikuwa nasema mimi sitaki tuende kwa Ruto. Ndio maana mimi nilikuwa nafukuzwa.
Kama Ruto ni mbaya, vile mnasema, zuma tuambie makosa yake ni gani?
That could only mean that somebody is determined to ensure that the DP only survives on Githeri. Political Githeri. By denying him what matters. Sudi has seen that coming and is ready.
Sisi hata kama mtatufukuza kwa hiyo chama, msifikiri tutaenda tu kama viwete. Tutaenda kama tumerarua hiyo mashati yenu. Tutienda mkijua pia kuna wanaume wanaenda, si ati sisi tutatembea tu. Sisi hapana wasichana ya kuolewa.
He is saying debts will have to be paid.
Hata kama umeona sisi hatuna maana kwa hiyo chama, lakini utueleze tu pesa yetu ilienda wapi ili tutembee.
And one Kalembe Ndile is also owed.
Na hakuna kitu kibaya kwenda kutafuta kuku sokoni za kienyeji, ukuje naye mtu akule hapo. Kwani Songo amekuwa kunguru, amekuwa mwewe, hata anakula kuku za bure hapo. Hatuwezi kubali.
This lady is also owed an explanation.
Kwa majina mimi ni Susan Ayeko. Ninatoka hapa Kingli. Hii mwiji inaitwa Kingli. Na bimi inavamua kila kitu. Mama amelima, anataka chakula, na bimi inavamia.
She has a problem with monkeys. And by the way, Saks, any monkey business going on at Ladies Lounge?
Kwanza kusema sijui Ladies Lounge. There's no place called Ladies Lounge. Unajua wanataka kikae ni kama nilikuwa sijui nafanya nini. Hakuna mali inaitwa hivyo. That place is along the street where I live.
Nonetheless, it is a fun place, no doubt. and fun is what they love.
I wanna look at you, baby kidogo, Katerina.
And there is a man with a new career waiting.
She's my new lover, I deserve her.
Should he need dancers, he could go looking here. Here. And if in search of a solo act, he could go in search of the Mukana. Emmanuel Juma, Bullseye, NTV.
Lots of dancing and singing on the Bullseye, lots of dancing and singing here in Isiolo County. But away from that, two matters: education and some institutions of higher learning have continued to show that activities can go on in this new normal that we're living in.
Riara University held its 4th virtual graduation ceremony, and students joined and followed online as their degrees and diplomas were conferred to them.
Only 2 graduates were allowed in physically to represent all the others, and the ceremony that was earlier scheduled to take place in March but was rescheduled soon after the country reported its first COVID-19 case finally took place.
Now, the Chancellor, that's Wilfred Kiboro, has called on the graduates to be innovative in order to be able to compete favorably.
We shouldn't take this situation lightly. This pandemic will inflict a huge toll in its wake, and only those who are nimble, quick to learn, react and adapt will survive, and I dare say, even perhaps thrive in this environment.
Well, we take a short break on NTV Weekend Edition on Texas Edition, and we'll be having sports news after this, and Mr. Karuma will be telling us what's on sports.
Discovered the world-famous Molfix and saw the difference. Let's see how absorbent Molfix is.
Molfix, thanks to its ultra-absorbent particles, can keep more liquid than the other diaper brand, so you can use it comfortably all day long.
All babies deserve a high-quality diaper. You should also try Molfix.
At Stima Sacco, we are a reflection of you. We are a stable, financially sound institution providing tailor-made services to add value to your life, time and money. We are guided by your aspiration. We are Stima Sacco, a true reflection of you.
Ndovu flowers are fortified with vitamins and minerals to provide wholesome goodness for the whole family. Ndovu all-purpose flour makes the most delicious chapatis, mandazis and all other pastries. Ndovu is readily available at your nearest shop. Ndovu Tosha.
Welcome to Michuki Park.
It's a story of nothing is impossible.
Hiyo ilikuwa baya, wakora wengi, ilikuwa garbage yote, security ilikuwa baya.
A nation that ignores its environment has no future.
Yes, Michuki's dream lives on.
We are expanding the green areas in Nairobi.
From a dump site to a world-class recreational site.
We were able to clean the river of solid waste.
This is your environment. It's not somebody else's environment.
This place is now totally safe and secure.
It feels so good to be able to bring back life.
Michuki Park Restoration, what it means for Kenya and the link with smart cities. A Chams Media production this Sunday at 6:30 p.m. on NTV.
Welcome to NTV Sport. I'm Watson Karuma. Now, the athletics fraternity is mourning tonight. One of Kenya's pioneer Olympian, Ben Jipcho, is no more. Fellow Olympian Kipchoge Keino is among athletes retired and active that have eulogized the 1972 Olympics 3,000 meters steeplechase silver medalist. Lois Wangoi with the details.
1972 Olympics 3,000 meters steeplechase silver medalist Ben Jipcho passed away early Friday. The late was admitted to the intensive care unit at Fountain Hospital in Eldoret. Close family members say the track legend passed away at 3 a.m. The late Jipcho started his career on the track back in the 60s. The departed settled for silver in the 1968 Olympic Games after sacrificing the win for compatriot Kipchoge Keino in the 1,500 meters race. The former National Olympic Committee of Kenya president has fond memories.
Mimi na Jipcho tulifanya vizuri sana. Tulikuwa kwa mbio moja na kila mtu alifanya mpango yake ya kushinda medali. Nilishinda gold, Jipcho akashinda silver.
The late went ahead to win more silver medals at the 1970 Commonwealth Games in Scotland and another at the 1972 Olympic Games held in Munich. He also won 2 gold medals in the 5,000 meters and his specialty race at the 3,000 meters steeplechase at the 1973 All-African Games held in Nigeria.
Mimi na Jipcho tumekaa kama ndugu tukifanya mazoezi. Kwa hivyo kwangu nasema pole kwa familia Ben Jipcho.
The retired Olympian eulogizes the late as a selfless and patriotic citizen and a dedicated athlete.
Tulikuwa nakimbia, hatupati, tunapea allowance kama shilingi 14 ama 15 kwa siku. Kwa sababu hatukuwa professional, tulikuwa amateur state. Tulikuwa naenda hapo kuwakilisha nchi.
Jipcho, in his own respect, paved way for a generation of athletes that have continued to blaze the trail.
I'm urging the immediate family to take heart. In this world, they always say, one day wars will become wars, and that's what has happened.
Ben Jipcho has finished the race. He died at 77. Lois Wangoi, NTV Sports, Eldoret.
Sofapaka President Eli Kalekwa has welcomed the deal between Kenyan Premier League via Football Federation and the international sports betting firm BetKing. Kalekwa, whose club won the 2009 league title, says the clubs need the funds, especially after the exit of high-paying sponsors and the coronavirus pandemic.
Kile hesabu yote naanza na zero. Lakini wakati hauna kitu chochote, si hatuko kwa na chochote. Kama hiyo hesabu ya milioni 8, wakati tulikuwa na SuperSport plus pesa tuko na around 7.2 million around. So unaona ni kama tunarudi around kuna 800 plus ambayo is something good to me, is something good kwa sababu hiyo pesa si pesa kidogo. Maybe mzami na kitengeneza biashara yake mzuri, who knows, next season hiyo season itafuata anaweza weka hata double ya hiyo pesa, ama anaweka 50% more. Inadependi na vile watu wamepanga maprogramu zao, lakini mzamini akipatikana ni lazima tushukuru Mwenyezi Mungu.
Now, Seko Fofana scored the winner as Juventus fell to a shock 2-1 defeat at struggling Udinese on Thursday to miss the chance to seal the Serie A title for the 9th time in a row. Dutch defender Matthijs de Ligt had put the defending champions ahead 3 minutes before the break in Udine, but a diving Ilija Nestorovski header 7 minutes after the interval got Udinese level, with Fofana completing a comeback for the northeastern side in injury time. Juventus remain 6 points ahead of second place Atalanta with 3 games left to play and have another chance to seal the title for the 36th time on the pitch at home against 14th placed Sampdoria on Sunday.
But Udinese are fighting for their lives, and a tremendous initial defensive clearance has led to this chance for Fofana. Could he seal it? Oh my goodness! Fofana in the 92nd minute!
Now, Mike Tyson, the former world heavyweight champion who retired back in 2005, now says he's making a comeback at the age of, get this, 54. Now, Tyson said on Thursday that he is scheduled to fight Roy Jones Jr. on the 12th of September in Los Angeles, the USA. On his Legends Only League website, Tyson announced the 8-round exhibition bout against Jones, another 50-year-old. He is 51 years old, by the way, and the fighter briefly held the heavyweight title and has fought consistently into his 50s. Tyson shrugged off any notion of danger for serious injury for himself or Jones, saying that California rules will be required and they have to wear headgear for the fight. Tyson finished 50 wins to 6 losses with 44 knockouts, while Jones, who last fought in February of 2018, is at 66-9 with 47 knockouts. Well, that does it for NTV Sport. Have a lovely night and thank you for your time.
Thank you, Watson, and it's a wrap, at least for tonight, for the first night of the Texas edition in county number 11. And it's again, like I said, a very windy night here, but see ile wind baridi, so the cold one, and it's not the hot one either, so you don't feel like it's a blow dryer. It's just there.
You should know with your hair getup. Well, that's it from me. Arbe, I don't think Dan Mwangi has a name yet, but we still have the entire weekend to get one for him. The Borana Dan Mwangi, myself, Arbe, from the Gabra community, Gar to be more specific, say bid you adieu tonight on NTV Weekend Edition, but the Texas edition continues tomorrow.
And Flora Tenio has been our co-pilot on this bulletin. And you know what? Gar is a bit of a discriminatory thing for my culture. A Gar. You're a girl called Gar. Good night.
I can't anymore.
This is NTV.
help women find independence by training them in fish farming. It's tough on my back, joints, and can cause headaches. Panadol Extra relieves multiple types of pain. If symptoms persist, seek medical advice.
Get free access to digital learning today. For primary and secondary students, one can now access learning and revision materials that has been approved by KICD. Dial *291# and subscribe to Safaricom Digital Learning and Shupavu 291 today. Tufungue njia, elimu iendelee.
I expected more from you, David.
Well, ma'am, I'm not disrespecting you.
I devoted myself looking out for you and your children, and do I get any gratitude? Of course not. She always gets the credit.
Martha worked hard to earn their love and affection. It's hard work, but you may want to try it.
That woman is very dangerous. And she's doing something to entrap my son-in-law, so I don't care how you do it, but I want every moment of that scheming woman's life to become a nightmare.
What can I do for you?
For me? Nothing really. I just came to inform you that I don't approve of someone like you. Even if you keep flirting with my father, never will you replace my mother.
Along came love, in association with Blue Band Peanut Butter.
Welcome to Michuki Park.
It's a story of nothing is impossible.
Hiyo ilikuwa baya, wakora wengi, ilikuwa garbage yote, security ilikuwa baya.
A nation that ignores its environment has no future.
Yes, Michuki's dream lives on.
We are expanding the green areas in Nairobi.
From a dump site to a world-class recreational site.
We were able to clean the river of solid waste.
This is your environment. It's not somebody else's environment.
This place is now totally safe and secure.
It feels so good to be able to bring back life.
Michuki Park Restoration, what it means for Kenya and the link with smart cities. A Chams Media production this Sunday at 6:30 p.m. on NTV.
Every Saturday, we are live on your #1 radio station, Nation FM 96.3 from 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. where we give you nothing but good reggae music and good vibes. Remember, #JamDownKE.
I, Miss Katiwa, will be bringing you up to date. Yani nitakuwa nakupatia vako zote za kila story zenye zina hit reggae fraternity only on Vibes Mtaani.
Pia mazia pana sao DJ Morighty anakuwa anakuchezea request zako zote from all around the world. Reggae music from roots, lovers and dancehall music. You got to request #JamDownKE right here on NTV. Also,
yes, they call me MC Jawachi.
And call me Miss Katiwa.
DJ Mo the roughest.
And don't you go nowhere because
nobody
can stop reggae.
We can come again.